it's weird. I see. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't think we're live.
Oh, we're live. It says we are right there.
Yeah, I've got the
It says we are, but
lead. Yeah.
And I just got the notification
people
saying you're live.
Yeah.
I'm
Seems to
not
be.
seeing it on the monitor though. Like I'm not seeing any people in the chat or anything.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute for people. But I am.
Here, let me see what's going on. See what we got.
I can't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That was delayed.
Yeah,
That was weird.
Yeah, you got Samantha
Hello,
and DMC.
Samantha. Hello.
My internet was lagging or something. Okay, we're live. Hey guys. Sorry about that. That was like slow.
Hey.
Welcome to Ocean Chicks Films. So, okay, let's see the chat. Hey, Samantha, thanks for stopping by. Okay, good. We are live. We're in fact live.
Hello, Ryan Woods.
Hey, Daniel. Hey, Ryan. How's it going? Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yeah.
Was it delayed though? Or was it not? It was live right away.
I think it was.
Okay. That was weird.
I don't know. When I pushed the button, I seen a couple people in there, but that was a few seconds after you said that, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it was slow.
But we are now, so
it's all good. We're good now. Yeah. Okay, so how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, it was live right away. Okay, well, then it just on my screen, I couldn't see. All I could see was like 0, and there was nothing happening on my TV to show that it was running. So I thought maybe it wasn't working properly, but could have been my internet too. Who knows?
Yeah, you are freezing up here and there too. Not a lot, but here and there. So it could have been your internet.
Yeah, the internet's being goofy today. Weird. Okay. Well, anyways, here we are. Okay, so guys, tonight we got a couple guests, a little different from our usual. We have Gore from Goraphobe. Is that what I call you? Gore?
Goraphobe, Gore, whatever. Yeah.
Gore. Okay. And Nanette from your channel name, Nanette. Nanette?
Nanette's Necessities Whisking Entertainment Hideout.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to afterwards have their channels linked in the description box too, so you guys can go check them out. Give them a subscribe. Give them some likes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I have the longest channel name in the world.
That's cool.
And just so you know, it's one word. No.
I advertised on my channel too. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll just wait for a second. Yeah, I feel like my internet was kind of messed up, so that was kind of crazy. But anyway,
like it's better now.
Does it?
I hate technology.
Well, yeah, it does that. Well, I was watching somebody else's live that does lives all the time. I forget what it was, and they were like really glitching, and StreamYard was like, it was freezing, and they were echoing, and all kinds of weird stuff was happening just the other day. So
yeah, me and Nightwatch Night from Nightwatch Zone was recording an episode of our show that we do in Horror for All a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and it was screwing up all over the place. So and he said that had been happening. So
yeah, weird.
It's making a lot of upgrades lately, so that would make sense.
Yeah. So Daniel said he subscribed to both of your channels. So.
Well, I thought he had already subscribed to me last time out.
Maybe he did. Did you, Daniel?
I got a message saying when we were watching The Exorcism of Emily Roach that he subscribed to me. I think.
Right.
Which Daniel is this? Which one?
DMC Campbell.
Okay.
He's
Well,
mysterious.
yeah.
I don't think you
One
don't
other
have a
thing.
YouTube channel, do you, Daniel?
There's 2 or 3 different
You
Daniels, so
just do
I
like
didn't know. I didn't know if it was one from Flesh Wounds or anything like that. I had no idea.
he boxed, I think. I have a channel, do you, Daniel? I don't think so.
The horror community is a huge one, so I wasn't sure.
Massive, yeah. What was I gonna say? So you're how long have you guys been doing YouTube for? Gore? How long?
I started May 4th of 2021. So I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary. I started out doing just
Oh
physical media
wow.
reviews and some stuff, this and that, showing off my collection. And about the last say 8 months, I've been doing a lot of live streams. And in the last 5 months, I've done 53 watch alongs. So I found a whole new love with it, and my channel's grown a lot from it too.
I've been on it for a year, but I don't count it. I started my YouTube channel on January the 26th of last year, but I didn't do any content after the first video for 3 more months, and then I started actually doing more and getting productive in April. So that is what I'm going to say is my actual year anniversary.
What kind of content
You guys
do
are
you do?
pretty new then.
Yeah, I mean, I've yeah.
Hello.
But I found a love for live streaming, and I have mastered. I will have to say this about myself. I have mastered the art of watching along, doing commentary, and discussing, and everything all at the same time. So you know what I mean? Because I don't like your average watch along. I think your average watch along, and this is where you're going to get a lot of truth from me. I'm very opinionated. I think your average watch along is very boring because who wants to get on a channel and watch somebody watch a movie and go,
yeah, watch them watch. Yeah.
Cool. Oh my God. Oh no, they want to hear you talk about the movie. They want you to bullshit with them. They want you know what I mean. They want to hear your knowledge about it. They want to hear trivia about it. All that shit all at the same time. If you can master that, man, you have an entertaining watch along. So
yeah. You're talking about physical media too. I scored some good videos yesterday. So here's the thing about being in Canada. There's nowhere to buy physical media.
The guy I was telling you about, he typed in yesterday when I was doing my live stream, he was like, I'm jealous of you or Dollar General because you got great buys there. We don't up here.
Yeah, we have like we have a couple of dollar stores, but they never have any physical media in them at all. Not like you guys do. And even ordering stuff because shipping is so expensive, it's just not feasible. And now even big box stores and that carry very, very, very little stuff, so it's really hard to find stuff. I'm gonna just have to break down and start ordering, like figure out how to order stuff and just bite the bullet and pay for the shipping and do it because I definitely want more. I kick myself because way back in the day I was collecting. I had a massive selection of VHS tapes, and I didn't think, who knew that it was going to be such a big obscure kind of thing, like to be able to find stuff. And I got rid of a lot of stuff and I just stopped collecting, but I'd really love to get back into it. Like I want a whole wall like that.
A friend of mine, Phil, lives in Canada, and he orders a lot of stuff out. And then as far as his stuff like figures and shit like that, he said there's a couple of like comic stores and collector stores and shit like that where you can get his NECA figures and stuff like that. But yeah, he has to pay a lot of that shipping and shit because there's just no place. So
there's nowhere to get.
And I mean, when you think about it, still, even though I'm in the U.S., there's really only a couple of really good boutique Blu-ray companies in this country. To get all the best shit, you got to go. You got to order from the UK for for Second Sight, for Arrow, for shit like that, for 101 Films. Basically, what we have
Yeah.
is Screen Factory and Scorpion and maybe Code Red and one or two others. But all the best ones like Arrow and them are in the UK, except for the German media version.
Wow.
And where
Yeah.
they used to have movies where you could go to the stores and buy them and everything, you
Yeah.
can't really find them as much as they used to be. And
Game Screen.
physical stores like Dollar General or
Yeah.
Dollar Tree. Well, Dollar Tree has a lot more than some other places. Walmart, in some places here in the United States, they have cut out almost all their movies, depending on where you're from. Me, they have a lot of physical media at Walmart still here in South Carolina, but a lot of places are complaining about that.
Well, yeah. Anytime we go now, there's empty shelves. Like there's just nothing. There's nothing there. And they used to have big, huge $5 bins and that kind of thing, and it just doesn't exist anymore. It's just not there. That being said, I do have a really cool old school video store around the corner from me, so
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping
We
he'll.
have no video stores here in the United States, or we have nothing like that here now.
Oh, I do.
Really?
We have
There's
a
like one
store,
Blockbuster
a
left.
video store you can rent and buy stuff called
Wow.
Family Videos.
You
That's
guys still have
cool.
a family video?
Yeah,
Holy
there's
shit!
three
I
in
don't know
South
them close.
Carolina.
Where are you at? Where are you located in the United States? Oh, you got to tell me exactly where, but I mean what
In
part?
South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Well, or you can tell me. Okay. Um, damn, I didn't know there was any family videos left. I knew there was like one Blockbuster, but I didn't know family videos really. Damn, you're lucky because that's old school and that's cool. I missed that.
Uh, well, I'm not going to come
I'd
out
be
and say
rude to
like
hell.
where I'm at, like this town and stuff, but I don't mind saying that I'm from South Carolina.
Right,
It's a big
but I
place
mean,
here.
you never know who's listening. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to be careful. That's why I didn't expect you to. You know what I mean? Um, but as far as streaming goes, I mean, I much prefer physical media, and I love where we can just go rent. The one cool thing about streaming is you can check it out and make sure that you like it before you go buy it. That is one cool thing about streaming.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
that's about it. Other than that, they are quickly trying to murder every bit of physical media because the production companies and the film
Yeah.
companies, Universal and all them, they don't want to sell us movies. They want to stream that shit.
Yeah.
They made a mistake way back in the day, back in the 80s, by making movies ready and available to buy. And then they
Right.
didn't realize what they were doing to themselves. They started losing a lot of money.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely, they've been trying to get it back to where they can make the money each time. Because once they sell that movie once to somebody, that person doesn't need to buy that movie again. So they were losing a shitload of money once the shit came out.
Yeah. Even theaters, like when I was back in the 80s at high school, we used to go 3 times a week to the theater, and it was like $3 to go to the movies. They ruined that. They totally ruined that. They made those little multiplexes with the really tiny theaters, and then the prices just started to go crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've wrecked it, and they have always tried to flip flop and backpedal to fix it, but
I don't go to movie theaters. The last movie I went to down here, my aunt took me to it. Now I didn't have to pay for it, but I was like, "What?" I still don't like the price, even though I didn't pay for it. It was $50 for both of us, and she's a senior citizen, so she got discounts for food and drinks, and
Oh yeah.
all we got was popcorn and soda and tickets, and it
That's
was
$30.
$54.
Shit, just a popcorn and pop was probably 25, $30.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. And I
Hell,
had a discount.
even a matinee is like $6, $7 now, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Out
Yeah,
here, I don't even think there's a difference in the price, actually.
it was
I know
$12.
But at least we have them. They thought for a minute
To
there with
see
COVID,
Jurassic
everybody thought
World.
theaters were going to close. So I'm glad at least we have them.
Yeah. Do you think physical media will ever be gone 100%?
Not completely, no. I think that a lot of us collectors and a lot of us, you know what I mean, cool ass fucking horror movie nerds are keeping it alive. It's just going to become a really niche thing.
Right.
The days of going to Walmart and places like that and finding whatever you want are over. That's over. But
Yeah.
we got a shitload of kick-ass boutique labels, like I said, Arrow, Scream Factory, 101, Second Sight, all of them that are making a lot of money and selling a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that there's a lot of
keep it
people
alive
here where I live at that they still buy physical media and they still purchase it, and that's why it's not died yet here. And you
yeah,
can find it in a lot of places to get it. I mean, there's a store called Big Lots. There's Rose's Express. Some of the Dollar Generals still have physical media, and
right.
Walmart.
You need to keep
But
having
yeah,
kids.
we've
You need to
got
keep having
bins.
kids. We
We've
need
got
to raise some horror movie nerds.
Right. Some what?
We need to keep raising horror movie nerds. We need to have as many kids as we can and raise a horror movie physical media nerds.
Yeah,
and we'll keep that shit alive all by ourselves. You know what
my
I mean?
daughter is 14 now, and that was my biggest fear, was that she wouldn't get to go see the movies, like go to the movies and see them, and but she's totally into it, and I'm really grateful for that, because I really felt like by the time she was grown up, everything would just be gone, and that would not be a thing anymore. So this is very cool.
Boy, so I see exactly what you mean. And me and him, movie buddies, and he is like so. I don't know. He is so mature with it. It's like I wasn't at his level when I was 16. You know what I mean? And he is just like Seven is his favorite film, and he knows everything about it. He'll sit there and discuss it like he's fucking Roger Ebert or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really cool to have that conversation.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, that's a great age, I think. That's a great generation, yeah, for sure. So do you collect a lot of the obscure stuff too?
Oh yeah. No.
But two different
no, I'm not talking about that. He just ate caramel chew, so he's gonna be running around and bouncing off the wall.
I collect as much as I can, and I try to get the best prices I can. I don't deal with scalpers well, so when I order through eBay, I'm very careful. You can order from eBay and not get screwed over, but I stay away from the scalpers. Other than that, be ready to pre-order, because if you miss that, you can also. That's what I was thinking about for you, Trick, is Amazon Canada.
Yeah,
don't forget about them.
Well, we just like weeks ago got a warehouse here for Amazon, so we didn't have that before, even where I'm at. So yeah, no, the trucks are going around a lot, actually. So that's really cool.
They get damn near everything. Like when Scream Factory releases shit or Arrow, they have it at the same time. So you know what I mean? A lot of times you get a better price from them. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's just look at the comments here. Let's go down, because Daniel's commenting like crazy. I'll keep it alive in my little corner of the world. Oh, he's talking about video store. So he's got one. Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. Okay, why don't we start the movie and then we can keep.
Yeah, that question you asked about rare screw movies. Yeah, I have a few.
I don't yet. I kind of want to start that, but I'll start getting into it. I imagine it takes a lot of hours, though, online surfing through, trying to find stuff, though. Hey,
you just gotta be careful, and you just got to don't ever take the first deal. Look around for other deals. Never settle. Keep looking around. You know what I mean? Always remember, don't be afraid of FOMO, which is called fear of missing out. It doesn't exist. Don't let them bullshit you. You never completely miss out. It'll always come back. You'll always have another opportunity. Don't let scalpers fuck you over by thinking that you're going to miss out and you'll never see it again and it's going to be sold out. Don't let them bullshit you like that.
Yeah. A friend of mine was telling me that you got to go through and really kind of keep searching and hunting for the good deals. But yeah, retail
Well,
background here.
eBay is a good
Like
source.
4,000.
What is?
eBay.
Just
I
eBay?
like 4,000. Here,
Well,
pick that shit up.
a lot of people buy from eBay.
Yes,
What?
but you got to be smart. Because scalpers are all over eBay.
But yeah, you do have to. I mean, I found a lot of great deals on Amazon. A lot of my shopping is done online, but I
Are we starting?
yeah, we can start.
Okay, hang on a sec. I'll do a little countdown and we'll start.
I didn't know if that was done or not. I thought she stopped right in the middle. Okay. Yes, I am ready.
She
Let me know.
started. You guys are already started.
No. She was still talking, and it sounded like she stopped right in the middle of a sentence. So I was waiting for her to continue. So I was like,
Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah,
Are we ready?
Amazon is a place where you can get it. But I don't know how good the prices are for you there.
I told you she wasn't done yet.
I have to look. I haven't really had a look yet, but I think there's lots. I think there's lots of choices. No popcorn? No, I didn't do popcorn this time. I got my water. Maybe after.
Yeah,
So, give me
Amazon.
a quick minute. I'm gonna go take a potty break.
Okay. Yeah, we can wait for a sec.
You can definitely tell that we're used to streaming alone, because you know what I mean. You can definitely
It's
tell.
a little awkward, a little bit.
Well, it's just we're all talking at the same time. You know what I mean? And that means you're used to being, head in charge, and you're not used to having other people trying to talk too.
Yeah. Okay,
Like,
here's the deal. One of these days, because I do like an interview show where I interview people, I'll get you on for the interview and I'll ask you questions and you can talk. I mean, I think that'll work out really well.
Yeah, because like I said, I will get carried away if you don't watch me, I'll get stupid about it.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all good. Hobbs. Hey, Hobbs. I am here working, but we'll be in the chat to support. Happy weekend, my friends. We meet again. Yes, we do. Thanks for stopping by, Hobbs. I know you're busy.
How's it going, brother? Been a minute.
Samantha's saying, I get mine from thrift stores and making spaghetti for supper and lunch for work tomorrow. Awesome. Everybody's multitasking. Okay, we'll get that movie going right away. We're just waiting on Annette to come back. I don't think it's a very long movie.
Pawn shops. It's another good place to go look. Damn good place. I mean, my son found back when Terror Train from Screen Factory first went out of print and people were wanting $40-$50 for it. My oldest son went to Easy Pawn and found it with the slipcover for $1. So
yeah, that's cool. We rarely have anything, but like I say, I think this video store in town closed up, so they just dumped everything, and there were just hundreds of titles, and I was like, oh, through everything like 3 times. The staff was like coming after me, I think, because they thought maybe I was stealing or something, but I was just in awe of all these movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So fun.
Is usually when that kind of thing happens to me, it always happens when I don't have any money, like when I haven't got paid yet. Like 2 days before I got paid yet, it's like, yes, look, we got all this. It's like, yeah, but I can't buy any of it.
Yeah. Huff says, good guys, I have the movie on as well while I'm working. LOL, just don't tell my job. Secret. We won't tell anybody, Hobbs. Samantha says, yes, pawn shops are really good places to find ones not opened.
Yes, because people get them, you know what I mean? They will just have a spur of the moment and buy, and then they'll get a collection of 40 or 50 of them, and then they'll want some money for no telling what at that particular moment. They'll want some quick cash, you know what I mean? And the pawn shop is a place to go do that. You want some quick, you want some quick whatever money, take it to the pawn shop, get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's our friends, because then we can get them cheap.
You don't have water, you have hot cross. Is that a New Zealand thing? Where's your lime milkshake?
Oh, milkshake sounds yeah.
I am here, but I'm popping popcorn, so I'm gonna go back and get some.
Awesome. See, there's popcorn. We're
I
good.
don't have any. I don't have any popcorn.
Aw.
I feel sad.
Very sad.
Really, I feel a hole.
Okay, now Hobbs has got some controversy going on. He has issues with this film, but he also enjoys this film.
Yeah, you didn't get what you thought you was gonna get when it first came out, did you, Hop? You thought it was gonna be something else, didn't you? But Patricia Arquette is badass, and I do remember that. I seen it once, but I remember she puts on a damn good performance. As a matter of fact, I checked out the trailer earlier, and it's where she's writing the shit on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
There, and it's like
Their eyes.
she pretty much tells that priest it's none of his fucking business, in so many words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And her eyes are rolled back, and it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Do you believe in Stigmata?
Do I believe in it?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. But
Yeah,
I
I
can
got
go away with it.
rawhide, cause I ain't gonna be eating no rawhide. Someone cook for me.
He's all set.
I guess that would depend on what your beliefs are religiously, right? Whether you believe in Stigmata or not. Which is a subject most people don't,
I don't know. Like I think it could be very well, but I've never seen it myself or experienced it or been near it, so I don't know. Not sure. I definitely think this movie takes liberties with everything, though. It's a little bit kind of over the top. It's kind of, more like a rock video.
Talking about it, and he was talking about how it went through, Christ's hands. Now, which is the truth? What really happened, guys? Did it go through the wrist or did it go through the hands? Because you know what I mean. Depending on who you talk to, I mean, you got a priest saying they put it through his hands, yet
but
you got people saying it's impossible.
Yeah, because it would rip your hands apart. Yeah, it would have had to have gone through the wrists. What a horrible thing that they did back then, hey? Doing that, they'd break their legs too, so they couldn't go anywhere, and then you're dying of exposure and starving to death up there. That's pretty horrifying. Like that in itself is pretty scary. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I've never experienced it. I've never seen it. I don't know, but I don't know that it's not true either. I'm open
exactly.
to learning about stuff like that.
When I'm not sure about something, I don't try to, sit around and be a know-it-all and act like I do,
No, I've gotten into even doing a lot of these kinds of movies. That causes a lot of controversy. People get very passionate about this subject. And I find it funny because I like learning about stuff. I like watching things. I like reading about stuff. I like learning about it. I'm not necessarily making a judgment one way or the other. I don't think any one religion is the thing or anything like that. But people get so passionate and so upset about their beliefs, that they they fight for it. And I find often people that aren't very religious are kind of very passionate about religion. I find that very funny too, about how they think things are. But anyway.
Well,
when it comes right down to it,
I don't really have a problem with people and their beliefs and everything, but I thought I do get pissed off and passionate about pissed off at Christians because they try to shove down my face. This is where I live. What they think is right and what they don't, and about me going to hell.
But you know what I think? A lot of times it's people that do that because you can have different kinds of people that have different ways of behaving, and I think there's always that one person that does it the wrong way and rams it down your throat and screams at you that turns you off of things. That's why I think it's really important to be open to it, like you're very much into witchcraft, and I find that fascinating. Like I love learning about that.
I learn about a lot of different things, and I've read the Bible cover to cover actually of
Did they put it to his
Apparently,
wrist
I
or
know
his
more
hand in the
about
Bible?
it than most Christians do because one of the big commandments is do not preach to do not throw it in people's faces. But
No,
We are no
no, you
one to
shouldn't.
judge.
I think in the
Any
wrist.
supposed Christian that is sitting around judging and telling you what you should be doing all the time and judging you left and right, that's not a true Christian. A real Christian knows the only being entity that is allowed or has the right to judge is God.
exactly.
Period.
Yeah,
Period.
you always have to
He'll
watch
never
that
say
because
better than the other.
they're like, yeah, in the church and in
Oh
witchcraft
yeah.
and everywhere, there's people that are super opinionated and do that. And yeah, I
Especially
agree
Baptist
totally.
churches. Oh man. I went
Yeah,
to a Baptist church and they'd be like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, oh, well, that's okay. You don't have to wear, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't afford like a suit or whatever at the time. Like, oh, that's okay. You can just wear whatever, just as long as you're here. It doesn't matter." And then another time I seen them and someone else had done that and talked about they didn't have very nice clothes and they just did their best. And then, oh, it's okay. Well, I was standing right there with them and I heard them like, "You know, can you believe they come to church like that?" And the first thing I thought was, "Man, is that the same shit you were saying about me? You know, that's a hellfire and brimstone Southern Baptist church for you."
hmm.
They
Yeah.
are some of the most hypocritical as the Southern Baptists.
Yeah,
That's what South Carolina's full of them.
I have my own relationship with God, and it doesn't have anything to do with going and listening to a preacher preach and slam his book down and scream and holler and "Oh Jesus!" No, my relationship with God is my own, and it's between me and Him, and it has nothing
yeah,
to do with these fucked up fucking hypocrites.
yeah. I've come to be that way as well myself. Yeah, no, that's how I look at it, and I look at things as like with her witchcraft stuff. You know, there's
Yep.
the earth and nature and all of that. I think all of that's really important. There's that intuitive side of it. There's so much to it, and I think that we should. I like learning stuff. I don't want to feel like I know it all because then what's the point? Your life's over if you know it all. You know, you're done. So
That's how I feel about it too. And here's the thing: I do agree with a lot of the Bible. I really do. But there's things in it that I think. But someone once told me, and I kind of agree with it. That book was made by man. It was written by man. It wasn't written by God.
yeah, it's an
And
interpretation.
man has got opinions.
Yeah, that's exactly true. Yeah,
It's
absolutely true. No
it's
trolls
a
yet.
personal
They
experience.
didn't jinx us.
Religion is a personal experience from each person to
Hello,
each person.
Max.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know.
Hey, Max. Okay, should we start?
Yeah, sure.
You ready, Nanette?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gore. But yeah, for her, religion is a personal experience, definitely.
Hey, we can start it whenever. We can bullshit. We can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm ready to start whenever you
Okay,
want.
let's start. We'll start. We can watch and talk at the same time. We can still keep talking about it too. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And commercial.
Yeah, immediately. It's like you're
Anybody that wants, yeah. We're watching Stigmata from 1999. It's starring Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne. And it's free to watch on Tubi if you guys want to watch with us. And if you guys get lost at the time we're at, just let me know in the comment there and I'll tell you what timestamp we're at so you can keep up with it.
And if you
also
don't have
free on Pluto
Tubi,
too.
it's it's also on Pluto TV.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's also free.
Good to know.
Man, that was good.
Yeah,
Those are
people
cool.
over in Europe, I don't know about where Daniel lives, but over in Europe, they don't get Tubi.
No, I know. Thank you, Daniel, for streaming it. I really appreciate that. I know he's streaming it.
Nanette, in the Bible, did they put it through his hands or his wrists? I don't remember.
I think the wrist.
Put it through his hands.
So the Bible says his hands also? Now, I guess that'd be possible because remember they put both of his feet together and hammered it through there, so if and they're bent. So that means there's not a whole lot of weight coming down on the hand. So I guess it's possible.
Could
But
have
I've heard the
happened.
last several years it's been the wrist. That's what I've heard about the last 20, 30 years. So I don't know.
Oh, that's an interesting point then.
Yeah, I was curious since she just mentioned that she's read the Bible, a lot and all this. So I was curious what it said because I was talking about earlier about the preacher talking about this movie, talking about I went to.
Hello, Hobbs.
Yeah, Hobbs came while you were making popcorn or in the restroom. I can't remember. He's hanging out. He's working.
How you been doing, Hobbs? Man, I ain't talked to you in a while, at least a few months.
Please don't go bouncing off the wall. He's eating another Werther's Original Chew.
Your dog?
Hobbs is one of the first people that I met on YouTube.
Yeah,
Hobbs,
me too.
Hobbs, Phil, oh God, there's a ton of people. Patrick from Hatfield View.
Night.
Night Watch. I actually, me and Night are pretty good friends. I was there. I was his last subscriber. I was his 1,000th subscriber before they cut his channel off.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's wow. He's kicking back now, man. So
he hit 1,000 2 days later for no reason. They just took his channel away. I remember I went looking for it and I went checking it out. And Coriander had put a video out and she was just bawling and crying. And Night was so brokenhearted he couldn't even stream and make a video for like 2 weeks. But he came back. He came back strong. I was one of his first subscribers again, and we've done a lot of work together. Like I said, we have our original horror news show and Horror for All that I created. I wanted him to do it with me. We're getting ready to do episode 5 next week. We're going to record.
And what's that called?
And Horror for All.
And Horror for All. Okay, I'll look for that. I didn't know about that. Is it on? It's on your channel or it's on a separate channel?
It bounces back and forth. The first 3 episodes were done on mine. Episode 4 was on his, and 5 and 6 will be on his, and then it'll come back to mine.
Oh, very cool. That's very cool.
And it talks about what's coming up in horror, what's going on. We had a discussion about what makes a great villain. We had a discussion about whether in episode 1, as a matter of fact, we had a great discussion about what's the most important in the Scream franchise. Is it Sidney, or is it who the killer is from movie to movie?
Yeah,
I think that it has to do the big point of Scream is the who done it part.
Right.
They're trying to figure out who's the killer is.
The best Scream films are the ones with the strongest villain every time. Look at it. Scream 3 wasn't as good. Why? Because the killer. I mean, he sucked. I can't stand that guy anyway. I remember him from Felicity, and he sucks. But Scream 4, Jill is fantastic. She's batshit crazy. I love her. Everybody's talking about Stu like crazy and all this, and I wish people would stop talking so much about it, because if they keep doing that, they will never bring him back because it's too predictable.
Right.
Obviously, just forget about him, and then maybe Matthew Lillard to make a return. That would be badass.
Wasn't there a leak?
Yeah, there was.
I heard about that. I don't follow it as closely as you guys do, but I heard about that part.
Well, here's how it went down.
Don't say anything now.
Like, I don't know what happened. I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Okay.
About the leak.
Someone
uploaded a video of the ending of Scream onto Twitter. And then after they did it, people started copying and sending it to the people that like Scream. On their Twitter accounts, on their Instagrams. And I'm like, what? Even if I hated Scream, I would still be upset about that. You don't do that to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing is spoiler, man. Spoiler is the worst, man. people who
Was it
spoil.
was it somebody within the crew or the production?
It was from someone in the crew's computer, but he said that it was hacked. And everybody thinks that there's no way he would risk losing his job over this to put it out there.
Did they premiere it somewhere or something? Is that what happened? Maybe did they have the premiere and then?
Yeah, about 2 weeks before this week.
Someone probably pulled out their little phone and you know what I mean?
And did that.
That is so unfair for when people spoil like that, man. That is so inconsiderate.
Hello, Katie.
That is inconsiderate as hell. Well, that I don't know anything about it.
Katie, do you want to come up, Katie? She's gonna say no because she's not settled yet.
What's up, Katie? How you doing?
Do you want to come up, Katie?
Me and Katie did Trick or Treat together back in October.
Oh, did you? I can't wait for her to get the knock.
That's when I met him.
On YouTube. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met on here.
No, wait a minute. I met you when you did that live stream with Eric, and you were doing that zombie movie, Return of the Living Dead.
The original Return of the Living Dead, yep. That was one of my earlier ones. My very first one. God, what was my? I don't know. My first one by myself was Exorcist 3.
Cool.
But I couldn't really do a commentary about it because Trench, I don't know if you'd like, or if you know this, Trenchy, the Soulless Trenchcoat, he had never seen Exorcist 3 and he was watching, so I couldn't do my commentary on it. So I'm just like, man, I wanted to talk so fucking bad and shit, and he ended up loving it. So I was happy to bring it.
Well, at least you're getting closer. You're getting closer, Katie. That's good.
I can believe he'd never seen it.
It's amazing things that people haven't seen yet. Amazing. You know, I get so many comments on my videos. I watch like old, obscure, random, not even like the stuff that you guys watch, and people haven't seen it, you know? Like they're like, I'm like, you haven't seen, you know, this? Wow.
Oh, I got obscure and mainstream and Italian horror and French horror. I love Italian horror, you know, the Giallo and shit.
Yeah, I've heard you say that.
You know, all that shit. David Cronenberg, fuck man, I adore George Romero. Universal horror, you name it.
Yeah, that's cool. What kind of watch parties have you done though of those? Have you done a Giallo film or?
I haven't got. I'm getting ready to start a series of. I'm going to separate it from what I call the Italian horror and the Italian Giallo, which is basically two different things. Like you compare Lucio Fulci with Dario Argento, they might both do a form of horror, but it's two completely different avenues. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fulci is pure horror, where Argento he's more of the Giallo, more of the murder mystery. You know, there's always that reveal at the end. Yeah. With Fulci, there is no reveal. You know, it's just blood and guts, and people are getting fucked up. Of course, you also got Mario Bava. I also like a little more erotic type horror, like John Rowland and Jess Franco. I like that shit too. I love those vampire films. Yeah. Because nothing quite like a good erotic vampire film.
Patricia play a more of a wild child in anything, except for True Romance. This movie.
I love her character in True Romance.
But what was that one with Nicolas Cage that she was in?
Oh shit. Let me see.
I have no idea. I haven't seen it.
He was like an ambulance driver, and they were doing drugs or
Bringing Out the Dead.
Yeah. I think that's it. Hang on, let me see.
Bring Out the Dead. That's the one that I remember being an ambulance driver. That's an odd film.
She was weird in that one.
She's always just
check it out. You know? Like I like Nicholas Cage.
Shit was Dream Warriors. Remember, she was, you know, and no one knew who she was then.
That's my favorite character of her. She was in
Kristen?
She wasn't drugged out or anything in that movie.
No, oh, she was young. She was still a kid in that. I mean, hell, she couldn't have been more than 18 years old in that.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite role for Patricia, except for Medium.
All of those Arquettes have had their time in the sun. You know what I mean? They just like took their turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Even Alexis had his time in the sun. You know what I mean?
Have you watched a bit, Nanette? Do you like it so far?
Yeah. It's good.
It's a completely different take on this whole storyline, though. Like, it's like very, very concocted. It's not something that you'd see in a book or in the Bible.
Yeah. About a half hour into this, I wasn't sure what was going to happen next. You know what I mean? I knew what I expected coming in, but when it broke into about the first half hour, I seen how her character was, and I seen what goes on like the train and all that. And by the time I got about 30 minutes in, I was intrigued. I was like, what the hell's going to happen? Where are we going with this?
Yeah. I like it. It's very fast paced. It's fast paced. It's kind of fun. There's lots of things going on.
Absolutely. She's been successful, but I don't think she's done nearly as much as she should have done.
Has she done much lately? She's kind of been
not really.
Well, actually, she has, but not on camera. She's a producer now, and that's what she's focusing on.
Okay, gotcha.
She hasn't done a lot of movies, remember? Because right when she started hitting her fame, she started doing that Medium show, and then that was kind of
yeah.
So
kind of quiet. That was for a while, though. She was doing that show.
Many years.
Yeah.
That was like a quiet hit. Yeah, it was a good steady hit, but it wasn't like say a Walking Dead hit, you know.
No, yeah.
It was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
About the same time as Ghost Whisperer, I think, was out. After that. Like
that. What's he saying? We will give you the Vatican discount.
That is expensive. I don't know how much the Vatican would charge, but I'm sure they are. They want a lot.
Depends on the Vatican. They're kind of corrupt at times. Depends on how much how big the almighty dollar is at the moment.
No, I'm aware of how corrupt they are.
Oh yeah, everything.
But look at all the things that. Okay, people don't know. Was in charge of the government back when all them witch trials were going on.
Like the Salem witch burning, yeah.
Well, I was meaning over in Europe, but them too.
All the current shit, yeah, okay.
But who's to say that they're still not in charge?
I believe in this day and age, some of that shit still tries to go on. Can you believe how ignorant people are?
Yeah.
Still try to condemn people for just being a little different in this day and age.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Everybody's weird and different now. Ever since the 90s, things have been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything, you know what I mean? Because up to then you had heavy metal that was popular. You had like pop. You had certain kinds of movies that were, once the 90s hit and the Seattle scene kicked in, there was no more rules. Everything was popular. Every kind of music was popular. You know?
Yeah.
Just like horror movies. I mean, that horror has the most subgenre of any genre.
Right.
Its subgenres have subgenres. Like you can't just say a paranormal is a subgenre because paranormal has 5 other subs. You know.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
You guys
Wish
get
I
into other
could
films too?
remember his name. They'll show him long enough for me to be able to see who he is, but I know that face.
That's Gabriel Byrne.
No, not the two sitting down. The one beside the one in the back, giving him Gabriel Byrne's character.
You mean the one
Only
standing there with the
showed
glasses?
his face for a sec.
Bald guy with the glasses?
Yeah, him.
I don't know. There's a lot of guys look like him. What's your favorite non-horror movie?
Me,
Whoever.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing is badass, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one in that.
Swayze was the man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Isn't it? It's incredible how many people have passed away in our lifetime.
I know.
Yeah,
Never would have dreamed. Yeah, so many people. For me,
when you said that, it popped in my head. Betty White.
Yeah.
Betty White. But she lived a nice full life, and she was a feisty. She was a broad. You know what I mean? She'd be the first one to go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like her rule in Lake Placid.
Before
Like,
her
I hope you all your
birthday, she died. So she lived a long time, but I still miss her. I love her to death. She was sweet.
Yeah, her and George Burns, you figured they would live forever.
Yeah, she was an old school girl. She'd whip your ass. So Dirty Dancing, huh? What's your favorite non-horror?
Aliens.
That is
sci-fi. More non-horror than that.
Sci-fi. Okay, a little bit more. That's a tough question.
I'm not associated with horror at all. Like a Dirty Dancing. I mean, you can't get much further from horror than that.
That's a tough question. You put me on the spot. I can't think. Okay, just give me a sec.
There's so many. I mean, I can't name just one. So I'll just put that out there right now. I'll have to name like 20. Like one of my favorite movies of all time is still Magnolias. Can you believe that?
Great one.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that movie. I love that kind of film. You wouldn't figure it, would you?
Well,
I could see it.
Ryan says Pulp Fiction.
I'm a sensitive guy.
Pulp Fiction is it. Great movie.
Of course, it isn't all of Tarantino's movies fucking kick ass. I mean, really? If you ask me.
Tarantino, yeah.
Yeah, I love his movies.
Yeah, me too.
Like me and my fiance here a few weeks ago watched 9 to 5. When's the last time you guys seen that? That's a great
not that long ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah, those were good movies too.
Forrest Gump. Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is brilliant.
Is it? I haven't seen that one.
It is fantastic. And it is the single greatest title of a movie of all time. It's got a great cast, man. It's got Kate Winslet. It's got Jim Carrey in a great performance. It's got Kirsten Dunst. It's got oh shit.
I forgot about her being in that movie.
Mark Ruffalo's in it. It's a great show. Watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. But make sure at the time when you're able to listen to it and actually pay attention. It's the greatest love story. It is the most unique love story. Because it ain't all roses, trust me. It's very creative.
Yeah, I see you licking your lips. You've already had candy today.
Well, Jack's trying to get your popcorn now. Are you eating cake?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. You have a feast going on there.
You have ice cream. Hell yeah. I love some ice cream.
You're all set.
Yeah, she got the munchies, man. Like one in each hand.
That's the way to do it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Boy, is he begging for my ice cream.
Yeah, he can't have that.
Yeah.
I got tons of questions to ask.
See how much he begging me?
Did you say teabagging? Did I hear somebody say something about teabagging somebody?
She said, "Keep begging." I think.
Oh, I thought I heard
Yeah, that's
somebody
what
say
I
something
said.
about you keep begging me. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, you guys are getting
I
a
said,
little rowdy on my channel. Settle down.
that's what I was like,
Okay, Ryan Wood says Pulp Fiction. Good choice.
Reservoir Dogs is just as
Are
good though,
Oh,
you?
and so is Kill Bills.
you know what? I was gonna go back. There was like it looked like a steelbook kind of thing of Reservoir Dogs at the video store at the secondhand store yesterday, and I was gonna go back and grab it, and I forgot to grab it.
That would happen to be the new one, would it? The Best Buy exclusive, the one that's got the slip where the Best Buy exclusive has like a clear
This
slip
is
that
what
goes
I
over the
mean.
top of it, and it pulls it, and when you pull it up, it takes the cop's ear off, and when you push it back
Oh,
down, it's the ear
I
back
didn't
on.
even look. I don't think it was. I think it was
Oh
older.
no, that's brand new. I want that one back.
That sounds really cool.
It is.
So Hobbs wants to know if you're eating a fig Newton.
Mm-mm.
Why is he saying that? What's the joke in that?
I forgot.
There's obviously a reason for that one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not just a
he's
question.
being
It's
a
like
clown. No.
No, there is a joke to it. I can't remember what.
obviously, yeah.
Daniel says Trains, Planes, and Automobiles starring that
Yeah.
favorite Canadian actor, John Candy. That's a good one. I
John
still
Candy's
can't
another one that died.
I still can't think. I can't answer your question. It's too hard.
Well, shit. Just name off ones that name off 3 or 4 ones that you love, you've always loved, and you always will love.
Logan's Run.
Pardon?
Logan's Run.
I don't think I've ever seen
Logan's
that.
Run.
I don't think I've ever
Really?
seen it. I've never seen it.
That's
I
old
don't think
school.
I have any.
What's that, Nanette?
I don't think I've seen that either.
No, I
No.
haven't. Damn it.
You should watch it. I love that movie, but I watched that when I was like probably grade 8 or something. Very young.
Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Great performance.
I haven't.
I think it's his best performance, and I absolutely love Deborah Winger in it too.
Yeah, that was really good. I remember watching that. I was in dance classes and we flew to Toronto to go to school with my teacher there. And we actually went and saw it at the movie theater, I think. I feel like we went and saw it. And yeah, that was a good one.
Was that when it first came out, or
I think so, yeah. Must have been.
that was like 81, I think, 82 maybe?
Yep.
Damn it, I'm ashamed of myself. I don't remember. Because it's one of my favorite films too. 1980.
80?
1980, yep. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was just basically just asking in general, if one would pop in your mind, if it's your favorite that wasn't horror.
Yeah, after I get off here, 1,000 will pop in my head. But yeah.
My 16-year-old likes to do that shit to me. He'll be like, "What is your favorite movie from this time or whatever?" And I'll have like 50. It's like I can't tell you, man. I love so many films. I can't give you favorites from each thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Patrick likes to ask that question actually too when he does interviews, and you're like, stumped.
Yeah, me and Patrick used to talk more than what we do now. I first met him.
I'm not watching the stream right now. I am.
Really
They're doing something that freaks me out. I don't care what the reason is for. I do not like needles. It's weird. I can watch a needle gun or being put into someone's ear or mine or a tattoo gun. It don't bother me. But a needle that they stick in your body,
can't hack
hospital, it freaks me out. Well, I do know why, but we won't get into that.
I don't fear anything like that. I fear extreme social situations. I am agoraphobic. I have severe social anxiety, but hence the name agoraphobe.
So if there's more than a couple of people, you just get quiet, shut down.
Well, no, it's more like when I first started getting it. There was a time about 10 years ago where I don't know if you guys know exactly what agoraphobia is, but if you've ever seen a movie where a person can't leave their house, they have to have their food
Yeah.
brought to them and shit.
Yeah.
There was a point where for 2 straight years I couldn't leave my home, and I've come a long way since then. But like if there's too many people on the panel, if there's about 4, 5, 6 people, I I can't do it. Now there can be a million in the chat. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can't go. I can't go to like a Walmart. You know what I
Right.
mean? Where it's all busy. I literally will sweat and get dizzy and everything. Yeah. So you know.
Concerts and things like that.
That's I haven't been able to go to a concert in years. I want to go to a horror convention badly. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that. And I would love to, but I just don't think it would be a good experience for me. I just don't think I'd enjoy it. But you know, it's funny that I do this and I'm so socially, you know, I have so much social anxiety. I know it seems weird. It's true.
Well, I kind of get anxiety when someone gets real close to me,
When we
especially
first started, yeah,
a if they're a stranger.
that makes a difference. Yeah, like I know you somewhat in that, but not real well, and I hadn't seen you in a while, and I'd never met you face to face before. So when we first started, it was everything I could do was to get comfortable.
Yeah, you. If we met in person and everything, even though I've talked to you online and stuff, and we've seen each other in person, if you got too close to me, I would be like trying to back up. Um,
That could be why
more.
I stay on my phone a
I
lot
just
too.
I don't like being closed up around people, and sometimes it can be a person I've known for years.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Makes sense. Makes sense. Social anxiety is a weird thing. You know what I mean? It's a very complex thing, and it's something different to each person. It's different.
Yeah.
Everyone has it to a certain extent. I think somehow everybody has at
Oh,
least a little bit.
when I was a kid, I was painfully shy. Like I would do anything I could to avoid any kind of public like a presentation or any I would literally skip school that day. I just couldn't hack it. But then I started working and I started working retail and I realized I had a lot of power in
Right.
that to be able to do that and it pulled me out of my shell. But I still have those moments where things will trigger me and I'll fall back. There's almost like there's one too many people and then I'm just like I'm out. I'm quiet. No, can't do it.
Yeah.
I need to go. And you do, you
What's
get
yeah. What's funny about me is when I was a young man, I was a professional wrestler. I was an independent professional wrestler for 12 years.
oh, I didn't know
So
that.
so can you believe that shit? From about the time I was I started when I was about 27, and I was not quite 40 when I retired. And you know, I just traveled around the independent circuit, you know, around the Midwest and everything. Met a lot of old guns, a lot of old legends and shit like that.
Right.
Um, but trust me, if I'd have had that kind of anxiety then, you know, um, but a few bad things happened to me after my wrestling career was done and everything, and that's what it takes. Bad experiences happen, and that kicks you into your illness.
Yeah.
But yeah, for 12 years, 500 matches.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, my name was Ruin, and I started out in a tag team with my best friend actually, and he was Gutter. We were Gutter and Ruin, the Gutter Punks.
Very cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, not a lot of people do. People that know my channel really well know that I heard me say the same damn stories over and over again. Well, these are quite sick of hearing it, but I have this repeat myself problem. Yeah. So if I was jumping over and talking over people early on when we first started, it's just because I had a lot of anxiety. So
Yeah.
I figured I'd try to explain it.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Yeah.
But now I'm
These
feeling
live
like
streams are hard, but this is good. This is good to do this kind of stuff. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we've all had things that happen that make us change. I think as you get older, you do. It's sad, but you don't grow out of it. You grow in because you're worried about more things. So
right. And so it's a real
life can
unlucky.
be really hard sometimes, you know?
Yeah, especially when it hits you with rapid fire, like a bunch of really huge, like big time shit happens, not little. Like
Yeah.
like you lose loved ones or anything. Like
Yep.
my big hit that I took was in 1998 when my daughter passed away at Riley Hospital.
Sorry to hear that.
She died. She was 3, and because I'm from Indiana, and myself and her mom lived at Riley Hospital for months.
Right.
Um, she was born with hydrocephalus. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's
Okay.
basically more, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so she had like 12 surgeries just on her head, putting shunts in. So
Right.
that was the first big hit for me. And then a
Right.
bunch of other stuff happened, and it's on and on and on. And finally, just one day, I just cracked, and I didn't leave my house again for like 26 months.
Yeah. Well, I think society makes it too hard for us to, like, it happens. That happens. There's perfectly fine to feel that way and go through that because we've all been there, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, if you haven't, then yeah, it's coming, you
Well,
know, because
what you were
Yeah.
saying about society, it makes society says that we're not supposed to have these feelings, that we shouldn't grieve and we shouldn't cry, but
And they're not
if you
sympathetic to us
don't
either.
let it out right when it happens, you'll eventually, and it's gonna be a lot worse.
yeah.
Yeah, the world doesn't stop turning for you when you go through something either.
Nope.
People, there's
Perfect
no
example
sympathy.
of that today. And I was triggered today. I had a business before this and I've paid off a whack of like tax money for the business. It's done. Today I get another email and I just like my heart stopped. Like what do I can't. What's happening to me for $14.99? No, but I'm so stressed about that side of it that even though I can go along and be happy and things are going great, it flattened me just like that. I was literally up at 6 a.m. this morning, losing my shit. I went, into another room so I could check my phone and do the whole thing. And
Right.
I thought I was gonna die, but yeah, they just keep at you, like almost like they're trying to keep at you to work you to death. And I don't know. Anyway.
And even though it gets a little bit better, it's always looming back here. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you got that email, it was like, oh shit, here it is.
Yeah, and negative. Absolutely. My brain went to the farthest reaches of negativity you could possibly imagine.
Felt
It's
that
like, kill me now. Yep.
felt that dropping cold feeling where it feels like your heart drops into your
Yep.
bladder. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that cold. That's a horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I always try to be empathetic towards other people because you never know what someone else has gone through or what they're going through.
Absolutely. And
You know?
empathy is our number one thing. If you are going to have anything,
Yeah.
have empathy.
Yeah.
And try to live with as much integrity and as much honesty as you possibly can. And don't be two faced. That's what I told you. Just don't be two faced. It doesn't mean you have to be a dick and be like, hey, I can't stand you, fuck off. You don't have to
Yeah.
be that blatant about it. But don't be going around like you like people that you don't like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I am so
Yeah,
over it.
I know what you mean.
Or pushing people and being hard on them to do what you want, that's so unfair because, and
That
sometimes you
reminds
can't
me,
verbalize it or
you
explain
saying
it.
how, reminds me of today. You know full well what I'm talking about, right, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had an emotional breakdown because of that, and I started crying.
Oh, I didn't know
And
you
of course, you made me feel better because I was talking to you about it and everything after my live stream, and I said I canceled it and everything. But yeah, this person came onto my live stream and was talking, and I was trying to educate people on witchcraft and talk about foods and health and different things like that. And they didn't want to have that. They kept talking and running their mouth and saying stuff about Jack and then me, asking me questions, and they
trolling you. They were trolling you, basically. You know, in a way, they were trolling you, and you know what I mean.
yeah. Well, don't you agree? He's trying to troll me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think
Anytime
you get to a point where you have to just cut stuff off and take a step back. And too bad, everybody's just going to have to wait till you're ready.
there's many ways of trolling. Anytime anyone's intentionally making you feel uncomfortable and trying to make things harder on you, you know what I mean, and give you a hard time, that's definitely trolling.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about this horror community. This is why I started my YouTube channel, is because I just don't get any interaction with anybody but my family. And I needed to talk because my family's sick of hearing about horror movies and me talking
Right.
about shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, I know you tell me all the time. So I try to find, I try to find a group of people that felt like I do about them, passionate like I do about them. So I figured I'd start a YouTube channel, and starting a YouTube channel was basically me reaching out. It was me reaching out to to people trying to become a part of the world.
Yeah,
So
and a lot
this
of
whole
the
community is awesome.
community, they're great and they are supportive and they I've made some of the best friends in the horror community, but sometimes we get them trolls in there that are assholes.
Yes. Oh, there's always gonna be assholes. Like, not everyone in the horror community is real nice and sweet like that, like they are either. Trust me. We got assholes here too. You're gonna have that.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I've been blown away by the positivity and coolness of this community
Yeah.
in 2 years. Like, I expected a lot of, I expected it to be happy. I've only met a couple of people out of all this time, a couple of people out of hundreds that turned out that I didn't like.
Right.
Yeah,
everybody's pretty, most people are pretty respectful and pretty eager to listen to what you have to say too. So I don't think it's a problem that you talk a lot. I think that's cool. I think when people are super quiet, sometimes I'll get quiet, but I'm listening, I'm just listening. I want to learn and hear stuff. But
you can tell I spent years not talking much and being alone and not communicating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably obvious by how I come out now, and once I get comfortable with you, I'll talk to you half to death.
Yeah. Me too. Nanette too. All three of us.
Oh yeah, I first met her on the Night Watch Zone, and then I had open co-watch night where I put the link up there in the chat and said, "Hey, this is open co-watch night. If anyone wants to, join me and do this watch along with me, just hit it." And she popped up, and Trinity popped up, and we did Humongous, and then another night we did another one, and that's how we started talking. So.
Yeah, it was you, me, and Trinity, wasn't it?
Yep. Soulless trench coat. Yes.
That's Trenchy. Okay.
Yeah. There's also
hello, Echo.
Yeah. I said hello to Echo here a little bit ago. Mr. Former horror YouTuber of the month that didn't nominate me after his time was over. You dick. I've had a hell of a 2 or 3 months. I've had a hell of a 2 or 3 months in a row and no nomination.
I got nominated. I didn't win though. Actually, that's how I ended up becoming part of the whole horror community. Was that way.
I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of YouTube. I get no respect.
I would nominate you, but everybody tells me I'm not a horror YouTube, so I can't do that.
Well, sure. Do you like horror? Do you talk about horror? Do you watch horror? You're a horror YouTuber.
Well, I talk about other things on there.
That's okay. So look, my name is Gorothove, and I just talked about Steel Magnolia. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about it. I love all that shit. I love all forms of film. I have passion for all of it. Horror just happens to be the one. And fuck anybody that don't like it. You know?
Yeah, that's allowed.
You know?
Yeah, that's allowed.
You can't be a true film, a true film geek unless you love all film, you know?
No, I agree
Very
with
true.
that.
You gotta
I don't
appreciate
even know.
all.
I think horror, you start out with movies and then you kind of get streamlined into horror a lot of times because everybody talks about Halloween's and the Friday the 13th and Scream and that kind of thing, and you get kind of put into it. Oh, also, that being said, this has been a huge couple years of horror too
Mm-hmm.
in the mainstream, right?
I just wish they would let off of the same talking about the same ones day after day after day. There's so many other great horror films out there that are never talked about. I understand people are excited about Scream, but damn, don't talk about it every day. We know you want some views, but that doesn't mean you have to come up with something brand new to talk about every day. There's only so many things you can say about it. Hell, there's tons that are never talked about. Great film.
Do you have a favorite obscure supernatural horror or demonic or possession horror that you like?
Oh man, oh god, where do I start?
Just one.
One that I
Well,
do
I know
like,
one.
and it's not my favorite.
The Vatican tapes.
I can't say just one, but the Taking of Deborah Logan is one.
Oh yeah.
The Last
I have no
Exorcism,
for that. I was
is
going
very
to
underrated.
that.
Last Exorcism is very underrated. I love the story behind it. The preacher, he's supposedly this exorcist, and he's this big ass pony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's also let me see. Oh my God! Here, well, I have a lot of them in a line right here. It just depends. Are you talking about possession? Are you talking about the haunting? Or are you talking about
either? Anything?
Shit. I'm not a huge Conjuring guy, and I have a story behind that.
No.
I prefer the first.
The Conjurings.
I prefer the first two Insidiouses over Conjuring.
Yeah. How did you like Sinister? I'm so sorry I couldn't make it that night. It was too late.
Sinister's one of the scariest films. I mean, Sinister's it's a creepy film. It's a really good film.
Yeah.
Also, you talk about obscure. Have you ever seen this?
Strange. I've seen the. I don't know if I've watched
I
it.
haven't seen it, but I need to. And somewhere in this room, I had that movie.
This is a kick-ass film.
It's called Strangeland.
It is badass. Yeah, Dee Snider from Strangeland plays the maniac in it, or Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Oh yeah.
Yes. This is another one people don't talk about much anymore. The original Frontliners.
Oh, I love that movie.
I like that one too.
Great movie. One of my favorites.
I think I have seen this one before, Strangeland. That is a good one.
That's good. Yeah, he plays Captain Howdy, and he loves to pierce people on a regular basis. Like, he's not really a killer, really. He just kind of pierces you to death, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I saw that a long time ago.
That was Amy Smart's first movie.
Wow. I'll have to rewatch that one.
Oh hell yeah, it kicked ass. Oh geez. And you talk about ghosts. There's ghost type movies. Can't forget about George C. Scott and The Changeling from 1980.
Yeah, I love that. They filmed part of that out here, actually.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Ryan Wood says, watched Terrifier 2 last night for the first time. My lord, they had the gore turned up to about 50 on that one.
I was disappointed, man.
You were disappointed?
Yeah, I was disappointed. I thought it got kind of run of the mill and kind of silly with the whole sword thing and all that. And they said something that rubbed me wrong. When her little brother looks at her and says, "You're the only one that can stop him." I said, "Oh no, don't go there." That's one thing that was different about Terrifier. It was gory. It was straight. It was in your face. It was, it didn't pull no punches. It didn't follow all the tropes. And I'll be damned if Terrifier 2 didn't whip out about a 45-minute,
too big of a budget.
Third act full of tropes. The only one that can stop him, you got to get up, and she dies, and she becomes Thor and comes up out of the water. I was like, man. Yeah. Sometimes I'm overly judgmental.
Here's what pissed me off about that movie. So I had David Howard Thornton on the live stream. Terrified. I keep telling this story because I want to get it in all the time. So I had him on a live stream. He said on the live stream, yes, I will definitely come back when Terrifier 2 comes out, because he was talking about it because it's new and no one had heard about it yet on there. And then when the time came, I said, hey, David, can we set up a time whenever you want? Oh, yeah, we're so busy right now. I don't know about that. And he went everywhere. And I went, yeah, well, don't think I'll be watching that movie then. I still kind of want to see it, though, just to see. But
he's used to getting paid to do this shit now. He's used to getting paid to do interviews now.
I guess so. And I wasn't going to go to Damien Leone and beg. And so I thought, I'll just leave it. That's fine.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it was. I was really disappointed, because it was like, yeah. Oh, well.
It's starting to get to his head maybe a little bit. He's used to getting that money and everything, and he's become really famous. Like, Art's become one of the big horror icons now. So
yeah.
Hopefully he gets his head out of his ass and becomes a person again.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see the direction it takes and how it turns out with a third film, because I heard they're doing a third one. So
definitely.
We'll see if it's that popular. I think what was really nice about the first film is that it was just this cult classic. Nobody'd really heard of it before. And, we all made it popular, but.
Yeah, that movie just grabbed you by the ass and just beat the shit out of you for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
and that's sure. It was real horror. You know what I mean? It didn't fuck around. Bullshit. It didn't do what a lot of the films now do. A lot of mainstream. It didn't care about being mainstream.
Right.
It wanted to be as far away from mainstream as it could get, and that's why it was good.
Yep. Yeah.
But Terrifier 2. One cool thing about Terrifier 2 is that little girl. Like, she's so terrifying. She scares Art.
Yeah, I'm still probably going to watch it. I'll still eventually watch it.
Have you seen the little girl, though? Have you seen her? She's like a blonde, and she looks kind of like Art. She's got a ponytail.
I heard about her, but I haven't seen her yet, though.
Like, like whenever you get a chance, like Google up Terrifier 2, and and like go to images and check her out. She is like. She makes Art look like, Bozo the Clown. She's creepy as hell. I can't remember what she's called. She's got some weird name. But she's creepy. She's the best part of the movie. But yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. If you find, like, first time you see her, it's like Art sees her, and it's like he's like in his own head, so she's not really there. And he looks around, he's in a laundromat washing his clothes, washing the blood out of his clothes. And he's just like waiting, tapping his foot, and then he hears something. He looks around the corner, and she's peeking around the corner, like looking creepy as hell, like looking like this, and Art's literally like. So it's like he takes a dislike to her right away because she's trying to be scarier than him, right? Next thing you know, they're buddies,
Yeah. It doesn't say her name. The pale girl? The little pale girl.
Pale girl, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she does look creepy.
Are you guys A24 fans? Gotta be A24.
Like what? Like what movies?
Where should I start? Shit. Killing of a Sacred Deer, Saint Maud, Hereditary, The Lighthouse, Midsummer, X.
How do I say this without offending everybody? Yeah.
Wow.
Sure, I understand.
Well, I'm actually surprised. I'm intrigued to hear what you gotta say about
it. Tagging me on.
Well, I mean, because you're being honest, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as far as like X goes, I wasn't super crazy about it. It just didn't, I don't know, maybe I'm too old.
It wasn't what everybody made. Everybody made it sound like it was the be all end all. Everybody's like, X
Yeah.
is so great. So by the time I seen it, I expected this fantastic. By the time it was over, I was like, what? All right.
Yeah. It to me it was a slow burn. Um and I don't know, I just didn't it didn't I didn't feel that like 70s
Yeah.
vibe that everybody else did. But that being said, a lot of the people that loved it are younger, right? So maybe it did come across that way. I probably should give it another chance and watch it a second time, but it was good. Not my favorite.
How about Saint Maud?
Saint Maud. I've seen Saint Maud. Just a sec.
Saint Maud. Saint Maud's odd. It's different. It's really good. I really like it. Uh, Lighthouse. I'm still not sure. I know I like the Lighthouse. I'm just not sure how much. Like I've been trying to figure it out ever since it ended. It's like the Lighthouse. It's like I'm not sure what the hell happened.
I made a lot of people mad at the movies that are my favorite from last year, and I've only got three that
There's an
I
A24.
find great. And they're definitely not movies anyone talked about.
I don't
Watch
think
The
I've
Killing
seen
of a
Saint
Sacred
Maud.
Deer. Really, oh, you got to see it. You also got to see The Killing of a Sacred Deer. It's an earlier A24,
Okay.
and it's
I'll
good.
write it down.
Yeah, it's got a great cast. Um, it stars Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman, and
Okay.
they're doctors, and they're really weird. These people in this movie, this particular family, this husband and wife and their kids,
Yeah. Oh,
they have their own language. Like they don't talk and act like other people do. It's like
right.
you're in the regular world, and then you go to their house, and it's like you're stepping in like onto another planet, and it's really cool. It's this kid here. I don't know if you've seen him in a lot of shit. He was in the Eternals. He's been in a
The
few different things.
girl that plays Patricia's Arquette's friend that's black in this, wasn't she Will Smith's cousin on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No, I don't think she was. No, because that's Tatiana Ali and I can't remember what Hillary's name was, her real name. And Hillary was my favorite too. Her fucking name, Karen Parsons.
There she is. Oh, her name's Sharon Parsons.
You see, look on Gabriel Byrne's face. He's like, "What the hell's happening?" He gave her a look like she just fucking burped at dinner. See, look at the look on his face. He's like, I don't know if you guys are the same part I'm at, but
Is it with the cross?
no, the part I'm at, she's in the alley and she just pulled a broken bottle on Gabriel's
Oh.
hand. Yeah, our ads are coming in at different times.
Yeah.
And Gabriel Byrne looked at her like she just like farted. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
and she just wanted to cut him. Yeah, this is a very unique film. I'll give it that. It's different.
It
You'll
is,
never
right?
see it. It's different. I've always
It's
given
different.
it credit for it. It's definitely it's its own thing. It don't try to be anything but what it is.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Somehow it makes the Stigmata shit creepy. It's not a horror film at all, but somehow it's not about anything horror. But somehow it's got this dark feel to it.
Yeah.
It pulls that off because it's not about demons or possession like that. She's
Right.
possessed by a priest or something, isn't she? Or
Yeah.
a Vatican or something?
Yeah, the priest. Yeah.
Nothing to do with demons. Yet somehow she's creepy as shit when she's possessed.
Yeah.
She must have been really old too, because she moved the way she walks around. She walks around like, you know what I mean, like Yoda. So that priest must have been an old dude. Ed. Or something. Yeah, Ed.
Boy,
I
that
didn't expect it.
remind me of him.
I expect you to go,
I've
yeah, I
seen a
like that.
commercial where this big dog is tearing up the house.
My ad is a Swiffer wet jet.
You guys have commercials? I don't.
It's an ad right now. It's a Walmart Swiffer wet jet. $10 off.
Now they're advertising Prime Video, and before that
$10
was
off. You go order right now.
Plus.
Yeah. You get one right now.
I'm getting a commercial for Chime.
We get lots of commercials.
Mine's back now. Well, he's using a landline phone. Holy shit.
What timestamp are you at then?
If I go through all my 10 different remote controls here. Damn it.
Now they're advertising a car company.
My timestamp is 50 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm ahead.
Yeah, because Gabriel Burns talking to the older guy now, and he's telling him, "Hey, man, this girl's fucked up. What should I do?"
Okay. No, I was like 5 minutes ahead.
Yeah, now she's looking at this big, huge, like cathedral of Jesus, and
yeah.
Yep, and Suzanne.
Thorn cuts all over her forehead. Yeah.
Based where the stigmata is a real thing, but I mean it's like really rare. Like you have to be really all the way deep into your soul. You have to be so religious that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty incredible the story about it. I mean, I've never seen anyone with it, but I find it fascinating though. Padre Pio, you know, the wounds and like the idea of the smell of the oils in their room and the suffering and that kind of thing.
There's been a lot of people who have swore by it for years. They swear it does happen.
Well, I've got it back now, and I'm at 49.58.
Well, we're everywhere. So if one of us misses some shit, we'll just ask the other one, "Hey, what just happened?" Strategy to that.
Thanks for stopping by, Ryan. Have a good night too. Thank you.
Night, Ryan.
Didn't talk you too much, did I, Ryan? That's one guy that I don't think I know Ryan.
You don't know? I don't know Ryan.
Yeah,
he might have joined my chat one time or another. He might have. Yeah, man, I wasn't expecting to hear you say you to pause about 824. I was like, wow, this is interesting. I got to hear this. Because most people are like, oh,
I never judge a whole thing though. It's like I need to see more movies as well, so I could change my mind.
Do you like Hereditary?
I liked Hereditary, yeah.
It's genuinely fucking
creepy,
weird. Like that one part, I didn't know that part was going to happen. I seen it early on,
right?
And, and she, because she's got that allergic reaction.
Yeah.
And she thinks her head's out there, and I was just thinking, holy shit, man, you're swerving around, you're gonna, oh my god. And then it stops, and the next thing you see, he's just sitting here like this, and you're going, oh my god. Yeah. Because the look on his face is priceless, man. He don't even want to look in the back seat because he already knows.
Right.
I have a question. Has any of y'all seen Antichrist?
Yes.
Is that's with what's his name, right?
There's two different ones. There's one from like 1980.
And I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one that's
with
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that one.
That's a fucked up show too.
Yeah.
Talk about human emotion, then the loss of their child, and him making a stupid decision by trying to give his own wife therapy. Big mistake. You don't do that shit.
Exactly.
He's trying to give her therapy through this, and it's his kid too. You talk about, you know what I mean? I remember seeing that going, bad choice, man.
Yeah.
Conflicted.
Yeah, that was a crazy
They
movie.
both need
There was
therapy.
a lot of
They
controversy
need
about that.
therapy separately.
Isn't Willem Dafoe great though?
Excellent. Yeah.
All ridiculous good. Ridiculously good. My son just loves the shit out of him.
I can't believe I found some people that seen that movie. 'Cause every time I ask someone, they're like, "No." Other people are like, "I'm not watching that because it's about the Antichrist." I'm like, "No, it ain't."
There was a few years in there when that movie was made. There was a few years in there where Antichrist was made, Irreversible was made. There's a few others that are just kind of off the left field, different, and it takes a certain kind of viewer to be able to watch it and get into it. Like Irreversible, of course, you know why that's harsh. That definitely, you talk about triggers.
Yeah.
It's a hard movie to watch. I mean, it is psychologically upsetting to anyone, and some people can't take that.
My fiance refuses to watch Rape Revenge. Won't even hear of it.
Yeah.
Won't even hear of it. Eric from Hey Internet Eric here. He won't hear of it either. He refuses to watch it. I can understand that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it makes me feel kind of inappropriate that I do like I spit on your grave and shit like that. You know what I mean? It makes me feel kind of unfortunate sometimes. Like, am I right for liking these shit? Like Last House on the Left, the original Last House on the Left is one of my favorite films, and it's because of the performances. David Hess, I think, is brilliant.
Yeah, I had a lot of them kind of movies. I'd like to have Martyrs, the old one. I don't like the new one, and the old one you can't find digitally.
Yeah. Very few remakes stack up to even to the point to where you even, want to own it. But there is a few.
What's your favorite part?
Yeah, look how she walks, man. Like
she's so creepy.
Like she's about to break,
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I gotta get over here and lay down. Like she just looks like all she can do is to walk over there to lay down.
Yeah.
Like, oh, holy shit, man. Like, how old was this priest?
He was old.
Like all she did was write some shit down, and he's so fucking wore out. Like I had a cat that was 24 years old, and that's how that cat walked. This was a strange role for her to choose to do, I thought.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, she went off. She was definitely thinking more artsy here. She was wanting to challenge herself. She was wanting to actually see what she had.
I wonder, was this when she was with Nicolas Cage?
No.
I
didn't know that Cage were ever
I
a couple.
didn't know they were together.
Oh yeah, really? They were married.
Wow.
They split up.
Was that before he started? So that had to have been before he married Lisa Marie.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
That was odd. He kind of went through a midlife crisis there for a minute, didn't
he? Yeah.
He married her because he loved her dad. You know what I mean? Fascinated with Elvis, so he had to marry your daughter. He was like, "Look, dude, I know you love my dad, but come on, you're not, Nicholas is a strange fella. All those Coppolas are, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I just got Valley Girl today from Shop Factory with the slip.
Oh, did you?
I'm so happy to have Valley Girl. I love Valley Girl.
I don't know if I've
Young,
seen it.
young Nicolas Cage. It stars him. God, he's young in it. Like it was made in like '83,
Right.
and the female lead is Deborah Foreman, the one that played the lead in April Fool's Day. She played Muffy in it, but it's really good, man. It's '80s all the way. You gotta see it.
So Patricia Arquette and Nicolas Cage were married 2003 to 2009. She
Wow,
filed for divorce.
I didn't know that.
Well, they weren't together in this movie then.
Oh no, okay.
This was 99.
Who did she see before that? No telling.
Patricia Arquette.
Hell yeah, I think this is 12, 13 years even after Dream Warrior. She had kind of reinvented her career and got a career back because Dream Warriors kind of hindered her actually for a minute.
I can't believe it ended at 4 because I thought that movie was great. My favorite one in the movie series until they did the New Nightmare.
Yeah, she was going to be in part 4, but they didn't want to pay her the money that she wanted, and since she played Tristan to begin with, you know what I mean, and it was going to be more about the Dream Warriors. But since they didn't want to pay her the money, they hired somebody else, and the one that played Kincaid and Joey, they were already signed on because they understood that she was going to be playing Kristen again, so they were already signed on, so they couldn't get out of it. So instead, since she wasn't playing Kristen, they just killed off the Dream Warriors. I thought it was a huge mistake. They should have paid her.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the one from 4.
2 movies of the Dream Warriors, man, people would have loved that shit.
They were actually married 95 to 2001. I don't know what that first bit was. And then she was married to a Thomas Jane from 2006 to 2011.
Thomas Jane was in The Mist. He played the dad in The Mist.
That's all. She was only married to 2 people. And she has 2 kids. I feel like she has kids with Nicolas Cage, but I'm not sure.
Like, I didn't know she was ever with Thomas Jane either. You talk about an ending. That hurts every time I see that.
Thomas Jane is the one that was on Mentalist, right?
He was the Punisher. He played in The Mist. He's done a few other things too. I'm not sure.
Give me a moment.
He was in a Netflix.
I'll find out. The Punisher, The Mist, Hung, 1922, Deep Blue Sea, Before I Wake. What else? What else were you? Dreamcatcher you were talking about?
Dreamcatcher, that's not.
No, he said The Mist, and I said Mentalist.
The Mentalist.
The Punisher.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
I'm thinking about someone else.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah. He's great in The Mist, though. That end scene, he is in so much pain. You can just tell. He just wants to shoot himself now, you know? And just like a Stephen King ending, as soon as he kills all of them to keep them getting eaten by the spiders, the cavalry comes in and saves them. Damn.
Yeah, lots of movies.
Most painful ending of all time. Being a dad, that ending just kills me.
Doesn't it feel like Sunday? It feels like Sunday.
Well, it's 4 minutes to Sunday for me.
Almost, yeah. Yes, it'll be 4 minutes. It'll be Sunday.
I still got lots of time. I hate living on the West Coast because I always feel like I'm up and everybody's sleeping. You guys are all the fun people are all sleeping, and I'm still up bored by myself.
I don't sleep when it's normal time.
I know.
I'm usually up till the sun comes up. So when I'm sick.
You can never tell with me. You can never tell with me. Like, you can tell that just by looking at my different watch-alongs. You can never tell. I may pop up at 4 a.m. and start one at 4:30 and be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?"
Yeah,
like,
that's fun. I think that's fun.
The hell you doing? What are you doing? Like, I don't know, man, but you guys gotta be awake too now.
Echo says The Mentalist with Simon Baker.
Oh yeah, Simon. His name on the show, it got me confused. His name is Patrick James.
Who else did I see was in this movie that I was surprised was in it? I know, I guess Patrick Muldoon was in it. Also somebody else too. I can't think of it. Damn it. And I've yet to see him in it yet, so I'm not sure if they're lying to me or what. I can't remember who. And this one's dead, so I can't check out the cat.
Thanks. Echo.
Yeah, you can always count on Echo for his movie nerdum. Gotta love him.
I know his name, but I don't know how well he'll feel if I start calling him Patrick.
Still calling him Patrick?
Yeah, well, that's his name. His name is Patrick.
Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, but nah, he ain't Patrick. He's Echo. Echo, yeah. Huh? I said Echo.
Katie's so good at knowing everybody's names. I just use people's like name, like the channel name, because it's easier to remember. And if you guys wanted your name out there, you'd use your name as a channel, right?
Yeah, well, that is why I use my name.
So some people know my name, and other people know my name, and they still call me Gore. They just like me as Gore, I guess. And then there's maybe a handful that call me by my name.
Yeah.
These ones I know.
Echo says, I have no problem being called Patrick, but just remember there are 2 Patricks.
I know that.
Yeah, the other one's Patrick.
That's another reason I don't like calling you Patrick, Echo, because there's 2 of you. And
plus, man, if you got a cool name like Echo Ciro, use it. You know, that's odd. Echo Ciro, that's unique. Use that fucking name, man. You're Echo.
Yeah.
Like
you're Echo. And by the way, Echo, we have had issues with StreamYard today too. So
that's it.
People up.
Yeah, you can mix people up. Yeah. Just be Echo. Huh? I said Echo. Yeah, you're Echo, man. You got a cool name, use it.
I've been hearing that StreamYard has been acting up. It has. It's been lagging today. They're trying to get me to buy up to that $50 plan where they clean up your video afterward.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, but I can't afford that.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm doing this plan. I think you can get away with the free plan actually, because you can use the colored name tags and stuff like that. I'm doing it though because then I can download the recording to upload for my podcast, and I like that option. So
you can also put your watermark at the corner and there's different little shit that you can do when you pay that $25. $25 is enough for me too. You know.
It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
A reason I got the paid plan, the $25 plan, was because I had a nickname when I first started doing live streams, the Queen of Live Streaming, and I was doing it every damn night, and then I
Yeah,
crashed and
yeah.
burned, and I don't do it as much, but I should get back into doing it more because I am the queen. I've been named.
Yeah, I had to because I was running out of time in like the first week and a half. I was running out of all my free time, so I said I'm gonna have to. And then we started doing that in Horror for All, and I wanted we record that and then we premiere it, and then we talk on the chat with people while premiering.
Yeah.
So
I knew it. Yeah, I knew what you were saying.
in order to record it and all that shit, you kind of have to.
Yeah. I think it's an investment. I think for us, it's smart to have it. But you don't
But,
have to.
yeah,
You could do with the free plan. But
but
yeah,
those
if
are
you're
good.
live streaming that.
25 is the best they get from me now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because 25 is actually kind of high. 50 is just ridiculous.
That's way too much. That's way, way too much.
But they do run a good service. It's nice and clear. It looks good. It sounds good. The only time it screws up is when they're upgrading and like they're adding a bunch of new shit in. I think that's why
Yeah,
it's
it's
screwing up.
gotta be. It's very strange.
They're upgrading, and that's lots of little kinks to
Glitches.
work. Yeah.
That being said, we're not wearing our headphones. So 'cause that's what they tell you. You gotta wear your
Yeah.
headphones.
I like how they can clean the shit up. So like I could go back and fix my vids now, I guess, is what they're saying. The ones that
I
are
think you
pixely
need
and
the
shit.
$50 plan.
So I think I could do that just to at least fix those. I got probably 40 of them that are screwy.
I'm not sure if you can do it with this plan though. You have to do it with the $50 plan.
That might be
Pretty
worth
sure
me
that's what the girl
investing
said.
maybe just once, just to fix those. Because I hate thinking about the fact that those are out there looking pixely like that. That bugs the shit out of me. It makes my channel look shitty.
Yeah, you might be able to. Yeah, you could certainly inquire about it. I love this. They do have a cool thing, like being able to download the sound,
Yeah.
the recording, and then just
Yeah.
upload it to a podcast. That's phenomenal because there's nobody that does that.
You
Yeah.
can even do individual audios too. You like we could have 3 different ones and just use whichever one we want, or all of them, or just do a. You can do that with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Ah, the technology of the young folk. Hey. Yeah.
As long as they teach me how to do it, because I'm not very good at it.
Neither am I. None of us are. You ever ask
I'm
some techie person how to do stuff? They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing either. Nobody knows.
I'm from a time where if you wanted to turn the channel on the TV, you had to get up and walk over to the TV and turn it.
Me too.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm a little older than that. I mean, when I was
New
first
channels.
around, when I was first around, yeah, they probably had that and everything. And Grandma still has that old damn television
That's
in the
cool.
living room where you have to do that, but we don't use it.
Like I remember
The rest of the televisions we have are like the one I showed you earlier, the flat screen and everything, and
Does that TV work? It doesn't even work, does it?
yeah.
Does it?
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I
crazy.
guess because you have cable, right? No?
We have an outdoor antenna.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cool.
we do not pay to watch television. We pay to watch Fire Stick
I pay.
and all them other channels I told you about.
Right.
Well, I didn't actually tell you the ones we have, but yeah, we have like 12.
I've never used a Fire Stick before. I've heard they're pretty
I
cool,
haven't
but I've
either.
just used them. just sounds complicated to me. It's like, hey man, I've got a good internet and a lot of streaming channels and a kick-ass collection. That's about as complicated as I want to make it.
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah,
on
me
my
too.
plate.
Yeah, I don't even have a computer.
My brain's burnt out, you know.
You don't need
You
a
don't.
computer. You
Well,
got your phone.
No, I'm
technically
playing with a
I
computer.
do, but it's a work. I don't know what's wrong with it, but yeah, I kind of do have a computer. Can't use it.
Hell, our phones are computers, basically.
You know, and the phones are excellent now with the camera and everything. Kind of does it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I watch these cartoons sometimes on PBS, and this
Right.
woman, there's a TV show called Ready, Jet, Go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in between the show, there's this astronaut that comes on and talks, and she says, um, these computers back here, the ones that were originally that powered the for the astronauts to go into space.
Right.
I've got more um, internet in my little phone than they did back
In the
then.
days of floppy disks, yeah, floppy disks and hard drives and shit. Floppy disks.
And she showed how the machines work. They still have them up and running and using. And she went to the place and had this analyst talk about the machines.
You know how big they used to be, the computers? God damn, the monitor was like deep. It was like this deep. The
Yeah.
PC was
I took data processing in high school. That came in
like,
handy.
my sixth grade year was the first year that my particular school, my school district, had computers in the schools. It was my sixth grade year.
Wow.
It makes me
Yep.
feel really old. Yeah, I turned 50 in May, so, and I feel every bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are.
Oh,
I'll be 40 in September.
I wish I was 40. I'm half a century older than that. It's
40's
horrible.
different. Yeah,
I
40's
mean,
different.
like makes me want to lay down, you know? Half a century. When you put it like that, it sounds awful, doesn't it?
Well, my friend
You don't look
Heather,
it. You don't look it.
she just turned 30 this month.
Oh,
So
yeah.
old.
30 was good.
Wow.
I still
She's
thought
a
I was
baby
older when I was
compared
30.
to us, but I
You
still
just
love
have to stay. You have to act youthful. That's all.
Yeah. Like, I don't come off like a 50-year-old, do I?
No,
You don't
don't
look
you
like
don't
one
look
or
it.
act like a
No.
50-year-old. Not
Like,
at
my
all.
16-year-old son thinks I'm cool, so that tells me I don't act 50. You know what I mean? He don't see me as
There
50.
you go. That's all you need.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I refuse to act like a middle-aged man. I remember when I turned 40, I was depressed for like 5 years because I turned 40. That's the first time I realized one day I'm actually going to die. You know what I mean? It struck me, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, I'm not immortal.
Yeah. Then you hit 50 and you're like, I'm good.
No, I'm used to it. No, I'm used to it. It's like, fuck it, I'm going to torment people as long as I can. You know?
I'm ready. It's all good.
We're all gonna die one day, and it don't
Somebody coming up with
necessarily mean we're gonna die when we're old.
It's
Yeah.
true. Very true.
Well, I would prefer to be a little older though than that. You know what I mean? I don't
Oh, I know
tomorrow.
what you're saying. The longer we live, the better, and
The only time I can have
everything.
it. I don't want all that time. Well, I don't want too much time. I don't want to be like 105 or anything. I think that might be a little.
Yeah, not be able to get around and stuff. That's the worst part when you when you hit 50 is you suddenly you're like, oh, now I know why my dad used to walk like that or why I can't sit that way anymore or whatever.
So I was glad I was smart enough to retire from wrestling at 40. Because if I'd still been doing it these years, oh man,
Yeah,
I
it
got
would have been
arthritis
bad.
as it is.
Yeah.
Working out like or walking or exercise is really important though, and stretching and that kind of thing, I think. Because once you stop doing that, then
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I'm
my
too much
grandma
for it.
keeps saying, I need to get a pole, 2 poles, and tie the strings around them, and start walking on the pole outside every day, so I won't be old and tuckered out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Like
walking is good.
I'm not in bad shape, but I know my cardio sucks because I've smoked since 1988. I started when I was
Yeah,
15 in
almost
1988.
as long as I've been alive.
So how old would that make me? See, I was 15 because I smoked for 35 years. So I know my
Well, I
cardio.
started smoking when I was 12.
Hmm.
And then I stopped when I was 15 because my source of cigarettes went to jail. And then I started back when I was 19.
Do you
You started
smoke?
slow. You just started
I
feeling things.
haven't for 5 years now,
Good, good.
Good
at
for
the
you.
end of February.
Yeah.
No, I wish I
It's an
could stop.
expensive habit.
Oh,
I'm right
definitely
in my
now.
limit.
And I couldn't afford it. Of course, when I was smoking, me and my ex were smoking together, and we didn't smoke actual cigarettes. We would get piping tobacco and
Yeah.
tubes,
Roll
and
them.
we would roll our own with this
Yeah,
machine that you just mashed a button and it made it for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's what I've done. Yeah, it went from spending $400 a month on them about 10 years ago. I worked it out on paper and it came out to over $400 a month for me and my
Yeah.
wife to both packs.
Yeah.
But
I
with
can't
that
afford
machine,
$400. That's
but
almost my whole check.
but with that machine, it let me see total with the bags of tobacco and the tubes and shit. It ended up being like 65 dollars a month. So
Wow.
450 to 65, yeah, big difference. I mean, of course, it
Mhm.
Yeah.
don't taste like a marble, but hey, I can handle that. It's
Yeah.
just a cheaper brand of you know, carbon monoxide.
Well, the
Yeah,
boxes we got were already made. The cigarettes with the
yeah,
filter on it, and they were
yeah,
like $6 a box.
yeah. Did you get the electric one, or did you get the one where you put it on there, stuck it in there, and slid the thing over? Or did you have a little tiny one?
We got both. We thought um our I have carpal tunnel in my hand, and my ex had problems too with his, and so we thought it was better to get the electrical one. But we have I somewhere in this room I have both. That
I got the mid-grade one, not the little tiny annoying one. I had that for about 5 minutes, and I threw it against the wall because it was a piece of shit. It wouldn't work. It kept turning up all my tubes and shit. So I was like, this is just not working. And the more tubes it tore up, the more I wanted a cigarette. So I went and got the mid-grade one, the one that's like 30, $35. It's the one that sits on the tray. It works really good, but I've never used it like.
oh well, the one I have it's the same size as the ones that you have to roll out, but it's electric. It's just like
That pays for itself, though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's like $100 or something, wasn't it? $80 or some shit like that.
And it costed me $22 for the one I got that was electric.
The
I
electric one is
ordered it from
22.
Amazon though, and this has been years ago. It was like 8 years ago I bought the thing. Now I would probably pay a lot more for it than I did then.
Man, I'm jealous.
You could
I
sell
paid
it
35. Yeah, shit. I paid 35 for one I had to slide over and shit, and you're just pushing a button for $20.
We could build
Damn it.
you a website and you could sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
uh,
no, yeah.
make me a website and I can sell all the junk I need to get rid
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And I can't get rid of it. I tried
I'll give you
selling it
$20
on
for it.
eBay. I've tried selling it on merch. I've tried selling it on Facebook. Nobody
I'll
will
give you
take my
$22 right now
tires
for it.
or my coffee table or and I put it in the range, the lowest price they would let me, and
No, you
nobody.
gotta go high. You gotta go high because then people want to buy it. Yeah, you gotta go higher.
And then make it to where the people can give you where you can make deals, like people can propose, you know what I mean, propose this price. Like if
Yeah.
you put it up there for 60 and put on there, or then they can make an offer to you for maybe 40, and you can say no, I don't take 40, but I take 45, and then it's just basically haggling,
Yeah.
you
But
know.
I don't want to do that. I want to just sell it and get it over with.
You just
I
want
don't
your
want to
money
deal
right
with
now.
them people.
I'm gonna haggle. Give me the damn money. I'll give you $22 right now for it. I'll give you $24 for it right now. All right, 25.
For what?
Your little thing you paid $22 for.
Okay.
Maybe 22.50.
I will find it and we'll get offline and we'll talk about me selling it.
Yeah, yeah, and it seemed like years of wear and tear on it. I think I'm offering you a good deal. I'll give you $22.35.
What do you say, Nanette?
You can have it for that much.
All right, it's sold then. $22.10.
Sold. Ding.
Well, it's used. I bought $22.05. All right, $22.30.
I told you, you can have it for the price.
You know, something different every time.
You can have it for $22 if you want it.
I mean, I can't have it for 21.
Yeah, you can have it for 21.
Will you just give it to me?
Okay.
Too,
You can have it for
Don't
10 if you want.
so you're going backwards.
yeah, I'll
Let's
pay
go
for the
faster.
shipping. And I'll buy my own tobacco. I'll buy my own tobacco.
Not giving it away for $5.
I'll even
I
pay for the
got
2 cents.
plans for that money.
Well, you won't have to give me your tobacco.
Okay,
So
sorry.
I'll
I
give
need
you
$15 to have my plans.
okay, so you want 15?
Yeah.
21.
You stepped right into that one. You said you needed $15. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, there's this website that it's called Temu, and you all you have to have is $15, and you can order. You have to get all $15 worth of stuff. And I have a few things I want from there.
eBay's not the only choice too. If you want to go secondhand to get Blu-rays and stuff, you can also go to Mercari's pretty good too.
Macari.
And they're
Yeah.
less limits.
But Macari, can she get it up in Canada?
I can look.
Well, I think Mercari's like it's not as wide range as eBay, but I'm pretty sure it should be.
The way it works on my Macari is it is people trying to sell stuff in your local area.
Really? The Macari I have it's basically just like an eBay. It's just like eBay. I've done a lot of business with it.
How do you spell it?
MERCARI.
Macari, Canada.
Yeah.
No, there ain't no way I'd pay that much, but I'm poor. I can't afford to pay $80
Oh,
for any
no.
movie.
Can
It
I-
better be a damn good
but
movie, and it better be a long ass movie for me to pay for $80 for it.
Well, no,
But
you don't have to pay
if you got the
$80.
money and you want to pay for it,
What's $80?
go for it.
What movie's $80?
shopping mall.
Well, you don't have to buy
That's
it.
what Daniel's saying.
You should be able to get shopping mall. Depending, well, there's a few different editions of that. There's a Vestron shopping mall. I think maybe Arrow might have whipped out with one, but the Vestron should still be relatively cheap. Vestrons don't go up real high in price usually.
Is he being a clown and trying to get you to buy something for $80?
Would you pay $8 for a burger? No, no,
No.
no way.
I think he's making a joke. He's teasing you, Nanette.
Yeah, he's kind of playing off how I was fucking with you with the rolling machine.
Yeah, he's being a dumbass. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't pay no $80 for anything.
You should be mad at him for trying.
Yeah.
It has to be something great.
Like, didn't you?
I'm not sure if you can buy from Canada there.
Man. But yeah. If you're patient with eBay can be a gold mine. You know, people talk a lot of shit about eBay and the scalpers. All you gotta do is stay away from the scalpers. And you know a scalper right away. Just you know what I mean. It's pretty obvious because they want ridiculous prices, and then you'll see another one down the line for half that much.
Yeah. Even though you can get things for a lower price, if it's on Amazon, you have to wait a long damn time to get stuff that's cheaper on there.
You also want to look into the seller too. The seller's percentage, how many items they've sold.
Right.
Like if you see a guy that sold 500 items, but he's got like a 70-some percentage, you don't want to go any lower than about 99 or 98% sell rate. That means everybody is giving
a book that okay. I'll give an example of
and people can't rip you off either because eBay will pay you and then sue them.
My ex boyfriend bought me this. He got it off of Amazon.
What was that? I couldn't see it.
Solitary Witch.
It's called The Ultimate Book of Shadows for the New Generation, Solitary Witch. But when he got me this, he got it used on Amazon, and it was $28. And I had to replace it. Well, I didn't replace it. My friend Heather bought me this copy of it, but she paid $25, and it's brand new. And it's only been like 6 years.
Right.
But that it's a good example of how over time things change the prices.
I got my fiance the Vampire Chronicles, and it's a bigger book, and it's bound in leather. And it's got all 3 novels in it, and it's badass.
Sorry, I'm watching commercial. It's H&R Block, and this guy has got a fishing pole, and he wheeled it in, and it was a giant ass check.
Well, I was wondering what was so funny about the Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles for a minute. I was like, damn, I didn't know. Last I heard, those were cool stories.
No, I love Anne Rice's Vampire Diaries. I've actually got more than just them books. Let's see what I have. Oh crap. The Witching Hour.
Isn't that
heard of that one?
Isn't there a one that kind of named that? It's got Alexandra Daddario in it. It's a new series that's out right now. It's Witching something.
Well, there's a TV series that just come out on AMC called the Mayfair Witches. and it's based off of Anne Rice's The Witching Hour.
Yeah, and I love Alexander Daddario.
Oh yeah, you're right, Annette. You're a wealth of information.
Oh yeah,
I love that book. And when they my grandma was, she called me into the living room and she said they were making a TV series after Anne Rice's book, and I'm like, which one? Interview with a Vampire, and she says, no, it ain't about vampires. Something to do with witches.
I haven't seen it yet, but they remade that into a mini series. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's totally not the book.
I'm kind of afraid to, because I happen to be a big fan of the original movie. You know, with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt and Antonio Banderas. I love that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie, and it's closer to the book than the this damn mini series. It's supposed to be based off the book, but no. In this storyline, for one big thing, they don't hit around. They come right straight out and say that Louis and Lestat are lovers.
Yeah. Nanette, in your opinion, what is the best witch movie ever made? Since you like witches,
well, I did a ranking. My favorite, it's probably not the best, but I like The Craft.
The Craft is fantastic. I did a review of that about a year ago. I did reviews of that, and with my oldest son, Drake King, and then we did the sequel to The Craft, which isn't bad. It's actually not bad.
Oh, I like it. And it ain't scary like the original. But I like the way they did the movie because it shows the power of friendship more than the original does.
And
it actually shows you what real witches would be like if they were in a coven.
Right, right. Oh, I thought the girls were pretty cool. Of course, it's never going to be the original, man. Because I mean, come on, you know, Faruka Bulk, and you know, you got Robin Tooney, and you got fucking Nave Campbell, and you know, I mean, it's just a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was at the prime of all the girls that was in that movie, and I can't think of her name. Frederica Bimmel or whatever. She played Nancy. She also played in The Water Boy. She did commercials for Yoplait yogurt. But I can never say her
She's
name.
also American History X. She's a damn good. She's a damn good actress. She's so sinister. She just looks like she'd be up to something evil, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's very cool. Very cool. She's also in an episode.
I enjoyed her acting.
I thought the weakest one was the main girl, the one that was actually the witch. I mean, she did all right, but I thought she was the weakest one.
That is Robin Tooney.
Robin Tooney, yeah, she was the weakest one, and that just shows you the cast they had. Yeah, the sequel, David Duchovny played a villain. I thought that was great.
See you later, Daniel. Have a good night.
Everybody's giving up on us. They're trying to give us a sign.
Well, for him, it's a day ahead, so it's actually Sunday night, and then work is.
That's what I think is cool about the community too. Sorry, I mean to interrupt. I just wanted to. We all become friends, yet we live in all different parts of the world, and we can't go to each other's houses and enjoy these movies together.
Yeah, I know, I love that.
This way, we can watch films together and enjoy these films that we love together, no matter where we're at. Like one of my favorite people on here is Ginger Ninja, and he's from Australia.
Hey, Naya.
He and I will never watch a film together. Yeah, we still do.
I hope you had a good live stream. I hope you sleep well
I know I want
and
that too.
have sweet dreams.
Nye!
Recognize the gospel.
I hope your live went really well, Nye. I'll watch the replay after.
Yeah, I will too.
Oh, the Ninth Gate is on here. So it's Queen of the Damned. Oh my God.
The movie ended? You paying attention.
Yeah, it's
not done for me. The bed and
Oh.
the room and everything's on fire, and a white dove just flew in front of the priest's face. And now everything's engulfed in fire.
Right.
Trisha passed out a minute ago. And the priest is taking her out of the bedroom.
Well, next, you want me to come over to my channel and do a watch along with me now.
Me or her?
Well, shit, both of you. But you invited me to your channel. You invited me to your channel, and I appreciate that. I had a great time with it. And now we got to come up with a film. And I mean, is it my choice or
you
the
choose.
way I am? Hey, the way I am, it's a democracy. You know what I mean? I'll whip out 3 or 4 different ones, and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm up.
Maybe after we do your channel, we can all do mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've watched Humongous with me, Nanette, and you've watched what name was the other one that we did? I forgot the other one we did. We just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Here's where the burnout comes
I'm
in.
drawing a blank.
We didn't go. You joined. Oh, it was Silent Night, Bloody Night from 1970. It was the first Silent Night, whatever night movie came out.
Yeah, that was the one we watched.
Yeah, but Humongous was first. Humongous is fantastic. Yeah, that was right when I was really hitting my stride with watch along too. I found something that I was good at. I'm good at watching movies.
You're very good at watching. Well, you're very good at talking about movies too.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, you pick something.
I got a ridiculous compliment the other night, and I can't remember who said it. And it was somebody. They got well over 1,000 subscribers and everything. Said that I am one of the top 5 best horror YouTubers out right now. I said, holy shit, thank you.
Awesome.
I don't say all that, but cool.
Well, you do though. Like, look at your set. The way you're breaking down the movies and talking about them, and you're uploading, you're live streaming and connecting, and you're doing it. This is it. You know, and it's funny because you think back to when you first started. You've come a long way, I expect. I didn't watch you right back then, but if you think yourself, you've come a long way. I know you have, because I know it's hard to get to this stage. It's a lot to learn.
It took me forever to get to 100. I didn't think I'd ever get to 100.
Everybody says that, but I didn't have a hard time. It took me from April to December to get 100 people.
Well, it was hard for me.
Because you're popular.
Oh, I just know people that and every time I go on social, everyone advertises me.
I thought I sucked. I thought people didn't like me. Yet everybody was right there going, "Good job, man." It's like more people are saying "good job" than subscribe to me. So something's wrong. So
I really don't care. I wish I had got the way y'all did, because I want people to actually come to my channel and interact with me.
Right. Well, it's a lot easier to do if you got a few more subscribers, though. You know what I mean? If no one subscribes to you, there's no one who's going to come and interact. For me, I just wanted that. I was busting my ass so hard, and I wasn't going anywhere. And month after month after month went by, and
yeah, I went through the same thing. Yeah.
And then I'd get up to like 92, and then I'd get up the next day and it'd be back down to 84. And then
Yeah.
it was just, but once I hit 100, I don't know if you guys know her, but it's Beverly from Spooky Kisses.
Oh yeah, I love her.
She helped me out. Me and her became friends, and she hooked me up with some of her different friends and stuff. And she watched all my videos one day, and she sent out and shared me to people. Next thing you know, I got over 100. And then I took a couple of months off because I had a falling out with another YouTuber, and I was very disappointed. And it we had a great show going, and it really brought me down. I almost quit completely. Eric,
Same here. Same
Eric,
here.
Eric and Knight. If it wasn't for those two, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
You would have
They
quit.
wouldn't let me stop.
Yeah.
They would not let me stop. I was that broken over
Yeah.
what happened. Of course, I won't talk about it, who it was and what happened.
No, it's
It was very,
past. Yep.
it was very, but when I came back with a vengeance.
Yep.
And I started kicking out these watch alongs, and I thought, okay. And it got to where before the watch along would be over, or like as soon as it would end, I'd look and I would already have 200 or 300 views, and there wouldn't even be that many in the damn chat, so I didn't know what was happening there. And I didn't understand how that was happening. And I remember who it was told me, they said that means that your algorithm is really good. You're getting some good algorithm right now. And I was like, okay, well that's cool. So since then, my algorithm's been good, and I'm just about to hit 3 now.
Your numbers for your watch, your likes, your views is incredible.
Yeah,
You're doing that's a big thing, because I think it's easy to it's easier to get subs and not the
yes,
watch time, but to be the other way around is you're doing a good job and it'll catch up.
right. I constantly have more views than I do subs. Every
That's great.
video has
That
more.
matters more. Yeah, that
Yeah.
matters more than subs. I mean, it is good to get to 1,000. Of course, you want to get to that goal, but what that's I was looking at that and I was like, well, what the heck's he doing? He's got that way. Okay.
Yeah, and I was reading about it, and I seen this one YouTuber that had like 12,000 subs, but he's getting the same amount of views as I am per video.
Yeah. Doesn't that make you kind of go, what did he do? Yeah. Well, people have to watch your videos. You don't want just
watching them. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta watch.
Yeah, it's like you got 12,000 subscribers. Doesn't do you much good if only 200 of them are watching your videos.
Problem is, if you go that route, you'll get stuck.
That's when I would know.
Yeah, you'll get stuck.
And I don't know what I did or what I changed. All I did is stayed being me, stayed honest, speak my mind. Just be cool, do what I love doing, do what I have passion about. I refuse to cover or do zero. I will not do 1 second of content on something I don't like or I don't care about. I refuse. Right. And I think as long as I stay there, you know what I mean?
And it's a good way to be.
And
I
I'm really
keep getting people asking me to review things that I don't like, and I'm like, no. Well, actually, one person. You know who I'm talking about, right, Karen? And so I deleted them. I quit talking to them, and I'm happy about it.
There's a couple I did that with too that I used to do content with all the time. Then ever since that shit happened, I haven't had anything to do with them.
Yeah, I've had the same thing too.
You
just got to keep going, though.
One of those people I really respected and really liked. I thought they were friends, which it was a big letdown. But I moved on from them. Eric said, "Fuck them, man. They aren't important." So it just broke me. As much as I hate to admit that, it broke me. I didn't do anything for about a month.
Right.
But I'm happy now. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm not doing much, but I'm happy doing what I am doing.
But it made you stronger, though.
Yeah, and a lot of new friends, a lot of new people want to do content with me. So it's like, well,
very cool. YouTube's huge. There's so many people. Like I don't get the boxing yourself into a corner and everyone's fighting over everybody, because it's all about you personally. You're going up against yourself. You're not competing with anybody else. There's lots of people. And if you just keep producing content, you're going to find your place.
That's
it's just you have to
what
be patient.
Was that
I got
came out,
my
I came
friend,
out on top doing what
she
I
does
like.
a live stream every Sunday, and she does tarot readings, and I got 24 people going over to her channel because she keeps advertising me, people to go over by.
That's cool.
But yeah,
I was proud of that I overcame, and I've gotten more popular, and people are liking what I'm doing.
And you're having fun.
By doing what I like. I didn't have to sell out. I didn't have to start doing the flavor of the month. And I'm very proud of that. I didn't have to sell out and go, well, I'll do this because people like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the flavor of the month, because people put so much pressure, but no, you got to do what you love. I've heard big YouTubers say that all the time. Sure, you have to like it.
It's tempting to put a whole nother, like I said, a whole nother Scream 6 video out and get 10,000 views. It's tempting, sure it is, because everybody wants a big bunch of views.
Yeah.
But hell no. I'm not impressed with it. I'm not looking forward to it. Why should I do a video on it?
Well, I get bored seeing that stuff, and I get bored talking about the same thing over and over. Oh, and here's an idea of a movie we could watch. Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, hell
We're
yeah.
talking about
absolutely, yeah.
That's on one.
Dude, there is tons of.
I'd be up for that.
Every time I think about it, I like have 10 that I'm thinking about. It's like, oh man, I gotta do this. I gotta do this one. But when it's time to talk to somebody about it, I forget. I always forget every time. God, there's you talk about obscure. How about May? You ever seen May?
May, that's a good one.
Yes, and it's.
I got a question. Is the Beyond on any streaming service that's for free right now?
I think it is.
Prime has been playing that, and Shudder has been playing that for years.
Shudder, I think I've seen it on
then
Shudder.
That's another one. I've never seen it, and everybody keeps telling me, you like Reanimator. You need to watch that movie.
Oh, you're talking about Reanimator. You're talking about From Beyond. Okay. I thought you were saying The Beyond.
No, From Beyond.
Beyond.
I thought you were speaking my Lucio Fulci language.
No, I have the Beyond.
Don't get me wrong. I'm with Stuart Gordon too, but Stuart Gordon's very best film to me is Dolls.
Yeah, I don't know where that's playing in at.
It's one of the most fun watch alongs I've ever done. Best Dolls movie ever made.
Oh, can I see the cover again?
Well, here, let me show you.
It's those weird doll creatures on an island, right?
No. That's different. This is the one where they it's got two old people out in the middle of the woods, and you got the little girl, and she's with her dad, and her asshole bitch stepmom, and their car gets stranded out there, and they have to stay at this old Victorian-looking Gothic house.
Okay.
And you had to have seen it here.
I haven't seen it.
Here, that's it.
Okay, I just saw that cover. Okay, what's the other one that you have then?
There's as far as other dolls, there's Dolly Dearest. God, there's tons of them. But I think this is the best doll movie ever made. It is fantastic.
I don't know very many. I mean, there is the Tommy Knockers. There's a lot of dolls in it.
There's Robert the Doll.
How about?
There's
Yeah, I love that movie. Classic.
Great movie.
Wow, you have really nice.
And there's Puppet Masters. There's a bunch of them, and demonic toys.
Yeah, I get crazy with my fancy editions. Yeah, they got all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, the covers. I was like, wait, dude, wait, don't put it back.
Yeah, if it's a film I truly love and have a lot of passion for, I will get the best one I can find.
Yeah,
Like
that's
The
nice.
Shining, I got The Shining up here. It's one of my favorite films ever, and the edition I have, it's ultra nice, and there's only 150 made.
Wow.
And then just like I was showing you guys earlier, check this out. Do you guys like Suspiria?
Mm-hmm.
The original Suspiria. This is
I
leather
like the
bound.
original. I haven't seen the remake.
This is bound in
Whoa.
leather, and it's wooden, and it's got it,
Wow. What did that run you?
well, I
Yeah,
got
how would you
good
pay
deal
for
on that.
that?
I paid with that one I paid $110.
That's not bad though, for what it is.
This one, a friend of mine, Ben from Cadaver Club,
Hello, Smiley.
ordered this for me.
What do you
This is
got?
opera. This is from the same
I love
edition,
you too.
That's very cool.
and it's just from the same edition. This I paid $75 for, and
Wow.
one more I want that's like this from this edition is Don't Torture a Duckling, and it's black with gold right.
Right.
But yeah, I get stupid.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really interested in all these collections everybody has. I watch a lot of YouTubers that collect. And I've always been fascinated. And I always kick myself because I didn't start way back, but it's not too late.
Like Dawn of the Dead, man. The original Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite films ever. Check out this edition of Dawn of the Dead, second.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I pre-ordered this. This thing runs over $300 now.
Wow.
But I pre-ordered it when it was brand new before it ever came out. I hit the pre-order.
I
So
still gotta watch
$90.
this.
It's got the whole soundtrack, even the mall music. It's got a hardback book.
Are you gonna watch it tonight, Annette?
I don't know.
No. Too late.
I gotta make a list. Tomorrow on Wes's channel, me, Wes, and Max from I Am the
MSJ.
One MSJ are doing a ranking of favorite movies that came out last year, and we're 5, and we're also going to rank our favorite Stephen King movies. 5 of them.
That's cool.
So I got to figure out which one I want to rank.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't hard for my Stephen King because I know what I put.
Right.
But it's going to be hard picking 5 horror movies that I loved from 2022 because I didn't like very many of them.
No. Yeah.
Most of them I've seen, they were okay.
Right.
You don't
easier to do the older ones.
They're okay.
Yeah, it is.
And the other one, a lot of them I didn't watch.
Right. This will still be an interesting show.
I did a top 5 1980. It's a lot easier.
Had the hoops.
Jack.
But yeah, there's a ton of
you.
Hey.
He's happy. He's all full of treats. Yeah, that's cool. I love that's a nice collection. Very nice.
I got a couple of videos out here lately. I did my whole Scream Factory collection. I've done my whole Arrow collection. They're still pretty new on here.
Right.
I think it's easier doing it that way rather than doing 1 hour and a half, 2 hour video of going through every one. So I'm just doing buy the boutique label. I'll do it like
Right.
this. More
Yeah.
entertaining, and do it live stream. I've been doing them live stream rather than upload.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes, start collecting, get all the good shit.
Oh yeah, I am. I will.
If
I
you need
will.
advice or anything, just ask.
Absolutely. I'll take you up on that. Yeah,
I will
that's
help
fun.
you. Questions about
It's
everything,
one
just
of my
ask.
favorites.
I will never steer you wrong with it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
Of course, not very many people like this movie.
Because it's fun.
Irving Berlin's White Christmas.
Oh, that's a kick
I
ass.
remember
That's a
those
classic.
movies.
That's a classic, man. Hell yeah. That's
And everybody
a
I ask about it says it's boring. It's musical. We don't like that. I love music, so
that's Bing Crosby, man.
Those are great.
Oh, musicals are great, man.
most of my musicals are older and everything, but like Dirty Dancing, Footloose, that.
Oh, I thought you meant shit like Rocky Horror Picture Show and Grease and those kind of music.
Oh, I like Grease. I even
Rocky
like
Horror
the
Picture
sequel.
Show?
Everybody gives me grief on that movie, but I love that movie.
Grease?
It's got motorcycles in it.
Grease
Oh,
is
the
great.
second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grease is
Yeah, those are
fantastic.
good.
So is Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
So is Xanadu.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah. Holy moly,
When
that's
I
flat.
say Footloose, I do not mean the remake. I mean Kevin Bacon.
Grease 2, you said, right?
I like Grease 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I both got
Two's not bad. It's got a young Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah, the sequel has Michelle Pfeiffer in it. That was her first movie.
Right.
What was that? Her very first?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had this much knowledge in that. I'm impressed.
If
Really,
I'm passionate
really
about
something,
like I find out as much as I can about it. And if I am passionate about an actor, I find out as much as I can about him. And Michelle Pfeiffer. She's one of my favorite actresses.
best Catwoman besides the original series, besides Julie Newmar there ever was.
Yeah. I gotta agree with that. I think that's an unpopular opinion probably nowadays, but
Yeah, it was quite cool. Yeah.
Well, I have an unpopular opinion. Everybody says, including the actress, that this was the worst Catwoman movie, but I disagree. It's a guilty pleasure for me. I like Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Well, I mean, for some reason they wanted to pick on her with that one because she had just won the Academy Award for Monsters Ball, and then she come out and played Catwoman, and she was walking in some pretty heavy footsteps with Michelle Pfeiffer and and all that kind of stuff. So they wanted to shit on her over. They really did.
But I thought she did a good job.
She looked really good doing it. I know that much. I don't remember how well she did. I only seen it once. That was a bad era.
I have it on DVD.
Movies, man. That was a bad era. But it seemed like she was all right in it. I think it was everything else in it that wasn't quite as good.
Yeah, Halle is great, but my favorite character of her is Storm.
Yeah, the first couple were really good of that. Yeah, the X-Men. Yeah.
I've only seen the first three and the new one where they go back in time. There's only X-Men movies I've seen. So
Days of Future Past or whatever.
I can't think of what it was called, where Storm's character went bad, and it wasn't Halle Berry playing.
It's where they were using the younger cast, where let me see, shit, where it had the young Magneto and the young Resurrex and all that. Where damn it. Yeah, but yeah, it was a different girl, and she had her hair cut short, and she almost had it like in a mohawk. Is that the one you're talking about? Hello?
And Magneto and what's your name went and they had time reversed itself somehow.
Yeah, it started. The first one, with the younger one, was First Class, and then the next one was Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that's the one. Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've seen. That and the first three. Um,
Oh,
no, I did see Origins of Wolverine.
that was that was entertaining. My favorite part's when he's in the bathroom freaking out, cutting up the sink and shit. The way he turns up that house reminds me of the original Firestarter. The way that house gets all fucked.
Yeah.
Um,
So what are you guys gonna? The Mummy?
I had the box set, but I will never watch the third one again.
What was it?
No.
The Mummy with
With
Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz.
I want to see that new movie with him in it, the Whale. They say that's really something, and it's written and directed by the same guy that did The Wrestler, and The Wrestler's a damn good movie.
Here's another thing that I like watching.
Have there been many new floods?
Oh yeah, that's one. Have you ever seen the Ed Gein movie that stars Steve Railsback? It was the first Ed Gein movie made. It was fucking excellent. That's one of the ones that I've been thinking about doing. It is killer. I don't think it streams anywhere free. I discussed it live while I was doing a Henry Portrait Serial.
Is it from 2000?
Maybe.
Is it got?
There's two Ed Gein movies in it. There's one that stars Steve Railsback, and then there's one, for some reason, Kane Hodder played it, which is odd because Ed Gein is a cool guy.
Oh, are you talking about See No Evil?
No. It's what Ed Gein.
The only movie I've seen with Kane Hodder in it. My brother actually talked me and my sister into going to see that live.
No, that's Kane that's in See No Evil, isn't it? Yeah. Kane, the wrestler Kane.
And I'm not sure who Kane Hodder is.
He's the one that played Jason in Spider-Man Part 7 and 8, and Jason X.
Oh, him.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Probably. I watch all sorts of movies to do with stuff like that. I'm fascinated with serial killers.
Everybody is. Everybody finds a lot of fascination with them.
Not to mention the fact that my grandma watched a lot of them documentaries where they are like serial killers unleashed and stuff. The actual thing, she don't like watching the movies, but
it's because they go so dark that your average regular person is just blown away by it. You know what I mean? And that's why. That's why it's just.
What?
True
crime scares me more than horror does.
Oh, hell yeah.
You should.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
true
pretty
crime
good.
though.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this movie here, they say it's supposed to be done like a documentary movie.
Okay. Yeah.
Ever see it?
No.
What is it?
Behind the
Behind the
Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I
Rise
know
Leslie
you
Vernon,
have.
yes.
'Cause you told me to watch this.
I did watch along on that about a month and a half ago.
Hello, Max.
That's a
Hey,
kick-ass
Matt.
movie. That is fun. It's got cameos by Robert Englund. It's got a cameo by Kane Hodder. It's got a cameo by the little woman from Poltergeist. Goddamn, what's her name? The little short little woman that said, "This house is clean."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's in it briefly. But I got Poltergeist right here off.
But yeah, it shows their pictures on the back. I don't know if we'll be
Okay.
able to, but you can see her picture right here.
Right. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
But yeah, she's the one, the little woman that goes and talks to the little girl in Poltergeist.
Yes.
The second one.
Her name is not on the back of the original Poltergeist. Can you believe that?
Oh, I love them movies.
Her name is Zelda Rubinstein.
Yeah, Zelda Rubinstein.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I kind of missed out on a few parts because I was talking to Karen and Gorfo, but I got distracted and wasn't looking at the television.
We talked more about movies than watched the movie. Is this going to be a really good rewatch?
That's what happens. That's what happens when I do a watch along with somebody else. You know,
more fun.
But when I'm having a good time and talking to people alike, I get distracted and I pay attention to the conversation.
We needed you both on the last one when the movie was boring in the courtroom.
If the chat starts kicking in, oh my god, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my phone has got 3%.
There was a few times in the last movie that you, me, Katie, and Niall watched that I was talking to y'all instead of watching the movie then too. But I had seen that movie.
Well, maybe we should wrap it up now, you guys, because the phone is ringing and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, well, my cord's all the way in there, and yeah.
Well, we've been on for 3 hours.
Yeah. My phone says, "All right, dude, I'm going to bed."
Yeah. Well, this is awesome. Okay, you guys. So we got it all set up. We're going on your channels next. You guys pick the movies. So thanks everybody for hanging out. If there's anybody here still. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back next week with The Exorcist. So I'm pretty excited about that one. Should be fun.
Very cool. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was super fun. This was really fun.
Oh yeah. Take it easy, guys.
No, you lay down.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.